it is. Waiting to see if I'm live and waiting to see. Singing to myself, but I'm wondering, I'm guessing that we are. And we are live! Hi, everyone! Ray, good to see you, glad to have you. Lala, abusing my power to get in comments before Jelly Ho! Haha, got him. Lolly Ho, Jellybean. Double brooms. Demins, good to see you, glad to have you. Aurora, good to see you, glad to have you. I'm doing well, I hope you're doing well. Hope everybody else is doing well. Jubilant, good to see you, glad to have you. Archivist Isa, good to see you, glad to have you. I've seen neither of you guys recently. I have Cat Child in my lap. A Chat Child, what is a Chat Child? Cat Child in my lap, and he does not make it easy to type. Gathra, good to see you, glad to have you. Kitty just wants to request more Graal, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe he misses his cat, Dad. Oh my god. I'll be your Huckleberry. Reminder, no spoilers. No spoilers from me and anything from Endwalker, any major reveals from any expansion. If you wouldn't have wanted it spoiled for you, then don't spoil for others. Thank you, Ray. Sarah, good to see you, glad to have you. Jalali, good to see you, glad to have you. I'm doing well, as I said. Willow, good to see you, glad to have you. Anakin Eyes. Can everyone hear me? I'm assuming everyone can. I should have checked to see if my audio was good. Yep, cool. So, we're gonna have an inverted today. Today we're gonna be flipping on its head because we're gonna be doing MSQ to finish that last one mission I had from 3.2 as our warm-up. And then we're going to do some monk playing and some samurai playing so that we have that ready for Stormblood. The other thing too is that I may need to head out a little bit early today because I have some things that I need to take care of. Involving some life things. Yeah, I'll just say that. And so I may be out early. We'll see. And if I am, it'll only be like an hour. We'll be here for a while. Nope, you'll have to speak up. What do you guys need me to like? I have no idea what that even sounded like. No, we can't hear you ask. Let us get some Americ, or actually it's Alfino that wants to talk to us.
Forgive me, that took longer than expected.
This one still sounds a bit quiet.
You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I, in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone.
Yes, but how long ago
and
was it?
And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
It's really interesting how Alfino's story is the story of learning to fight for people, and Ali says is the learning to fight for the realm. No, I totally forgot about that. I get a dialogue option.
Lord Eorzean would be proud. I knew you would understand. Together, we will surely find a way.
Catherine, never be sorry for asking questions, ever. It's always okay. Tracy, good to see you, glad to have you. Warrior Lightsea's drink is now rocking back and forth in the corner crying. I mean, that was like literally 2 quests ago that we got roofied. Could we have recruited them if they had lived? Probably. Well, you know what's interesting? If Eorzean had lived, I think it would depend, right? They could have written a story that made him able to leave Ishgard, but his duty as a knight to Ishgard was very important. But if the Dragonsong War had ended and he had lived, he may have had the room to be able to go out and explore the world. Though I can also imagine he would have stuck with his home and his family. At the same time, Hydaelyn is the same place where I can imagine her wanting to forge, like, restore and be a part of restoring Ishgard. As opposed to like going out and adventuring with the Scions. But I don't know. I think that you could argue a bunch of different ways. But yeah, I finally reached level 50 and I got my class armor. I'm up at the Cestrum. Is there any changes to the dungeon since the, say, January of this year? Well, so if you mean dungeons in like level 50, or Cestrum, do you mean like Castrum? I'm up to the Castrum. Yeah. Yeah, so the Castrum Meridianum, if you're talking about that, has changed. It's easier and it's not just easier, but it's shorter and more concise. And it's now designed for 4 people instead of 8. Right? Castrum was 8. And the Praetorium is the same. And also now the Praetorium has an extra, is split up a little bit. So like there's the Praetorium and then there's a trial, but it used to just be all of that was one thing together. Yes, it's true. Aurora, it's true. I do. I love questions. I do. Yeah, Aaron, good to see you. Glad to have you. Heyo. Yeah, I really, really do love questions. Yes, now it's 4. Yeah. So, are you asking because you wanted to watch a guide, but the guides are out of date? Because if so, I'm sure we could offer you some help. One of the things you could always do too is you could watch I think episode 14 of this of our streaming. Because I think that's where we played Castrum Meridianum. It might be 13 that's Castrum and 14's Praetorium. Seeing as I think 14's called Discount Darth Vader, but I'm gonna go back and watch yours. Cool, yeah. That should show you everything. And honestly, they're not that hard. And I know like you're worried about your own skills, but they're now also, their old versions were a little bit more like clunky and weird and wasn't always as clear where to go. And now they've kind of refined that. So if anything, they're gonna be easier for you now rather than harder. I would also recommend, for Praetorium especially, consider doing it with the duty support system, because a lot of people will run through Castrum and be churning through it because it's long. And if you want to take your time and enjoy it, or try to appreciate it, I would definitely consider using duty support. And also, there's going to be a lot of cutscenes in Praetorium, so consider that. Consider being ready to watch all those. Thank you, Elio. It's unfair to me to unburden myself in the manner, time after time, but I'm glad that you permit me nonetheless. You're my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course, such is the infectious power of hope. Right, that is quite enough solemn introspection for one night. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Fort Holmes Manor. Let's not keep her waiting any longer. I think they're more fun now, to be honest. Oh, yeah, no question. Definitely more fun. I mean, because, they're shorter, and what there is more fun. Like, Olivia is 1,000 times more fun now. Yeah, no, I no question that they're more fun. 8-man version was more chaotic. Yeah, and that's the thing is, the 8-man versions didn't take advantage of the 8-man. There was no real benefit to any of it mechanically to have 8 over 4. And also it made them the odd men's out because they were the only dungeons in the game that had 8-man dungeons. Every other dungeon in the game was 4-man, and every trial was 8. Well, okay, technically there's Rathalos EX, but you get my point. I nearly had a heart attack when I quit my armor and went from 2,800 and some hit points over 9,000. It's over 9,000! Yes, a bit of a bump. Oh, we never talked about our favorite, we never got through the subject of our favorite overworld music. what is everybody's favorite overworld music from... I'm trying to think about what's the best way to do it. I feel like instead of being like top 5, it's almost better like with each expansion, you know? You know, another way to actually make it even simpler would be to talk about favorite city-state music. Because like Jubilant, you had like Crystarium, and then like it's, you know, we've got very few relatively limited options because you have basically 2 from each, well, I guess not, other than ARR, you have 2 from each game, right? Because you have the A city and the B city. Which one's my favorite? I will say Charlian I really liked, but I didn't like love it until I made the Lyrical Lore Flow video, because once I did that, I had so much more appreciation for the Charlene music. The Crystarium I really like, because it does the similar thing with Eternal Winds. Kugene's fine. Kugene's good. Sultana I like Sultana Dreaming more than I like the Day theme at Ul'dah. Whalers and Water Wheels is just a song. Is just Lord of the Rings in Final Fantasy form. Limsa is fine, like the Navigator Awakens or whatever. Heaven's Word. Heaven's Word, you got Ilshire. I mean, Ilshire's fine. Ishgard, I mean, Ishgard's great. Stormblood, I don't even know what Rogler's Reach is off the top of my head, what it sounds like. You got Crystarium and Yulmore. I like Crystarium. You have Charlian and Razat Han. Razat Han's really good. It's probably between Charlian and Crystarium for me.
Yet again, we walk an all too familiar path. I'm reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favor.
Hear, hear. Let us no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends? If we stopped looking for Yida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Infilia back?
Though, as she knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of the star, of the rift between Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascian's aspirations.
Like, the other thing worth remembering, right, is that there's a rate at which Hydaelyn wants to dole out this information bit by bit to not overwhelm us, too, because otherwise you could argue, why didn't Hydaelyn, the second she, like, reaches out to you when you first are granted the Blessing of Light, why didn't she just reach out then and tell you everything? You know, so it's like, clearly, to an extent, there's a reason that Hydaelyn's holding her game back. And there are explicit reasons for that.
But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn.
And if you feel uncertain about those circumstances, I would recommend you replay the section of Endwalker of Map 5.
In any event, I think it's time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not easily turn to this tragedy to triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will.
No, Whalers and Water Wheels, the Gridania music, it's great. It's a great theme. It's just literally part of it is just the Shire theme. It would be cool if they made Castro Meridianum into an 8-man with updated mechanics. No, no. I don't think so. I would much rather have all the dungeons be 4 and all the trials be 8. I think that if you did that, I'm gonna get dialogue in just a second here, aren't I?
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1,000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve.
Yashula, put on some pants, damn it. This is not the weather for shorts.
That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
It's interesting. I don't think she's an archon, because I know she graduated the studium, but there's nothing that says she's an archon.
That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought.
Yeah, but Tracy, that
at a
being an
heavy
archon doesn't stop you from
price.
being a student of Baldesion. That's just, I'll explain in a second.
For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raised their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
Saber, good to see you, glad to have you. Black Flame, good to see you, glad to have you. Oh. Caution, Yida, this is all that I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them. Not until we know more. It's interesting. It's funny because this is just a Thanalin map they're using. It's not even in Yerbanya. Yes, Graha is yeah. I will explain how it works in a second. Oh. I didn't realize they referenced the Griffin this early. Oh man, I totally forgot they referenced the Griffin this early. Okay. So there is the Studium, which is like the University of Sharlayan, and if you graduate that, you basically graduate college. Becoming an Archon, however, means that you basically have done something of great importance or like of service for Sharlayan. So it can be like you studied something, a very specific subject, and create a thesis document on it that is like a really important findings on something, and that can get you your Archon mark. So like you can, and typically like the reason, for instance, that like you'll notice that like Urianger, Y'shtola, and Thancred have the one is not only because they've done those sort of things, but they've also been around much longer, whereas Kryl is very young, remember. So she'll get one eventually. The Students of Baldesion is an organization within Sharlayan. Kind of without, from within and without, because it's Galuf, but that is just one. So you could be a member of this. You could be a member of the Students of Baldesion, also have graduated the Studium, or not graduated the Studium, or be an Archon, or not be an Archon. And so you could also like the Circle of Knowing. Was also like a minor faction within all of that. That was Louis Sua's faction. So, only according to Thancred, he only spent a few months studying in Sharlayan, but elsewhere he refers to it as his homeland. Isn't that stretching it a bit? No, think about it though, right? Because he's found as a kid by Louis Sua, and he explicitly says that he never found Limsa to be much of a home. And Charlian is the first time that he like found a place that was kind of home, both in Louis Soir, but also his master, his like spy master. So the thing is that does he say a few months studying in Charlian as in like the studium? Because that's true, because remember, he was like basically learning from the spy master guy who we don't know much about for forever. So he may have been sent on a lot of missions. And also like we know he was trained by being sent on a lot of missions and stuff and learning how to be, infiltrate and stuff like that. Archon is like a doctor degree from college. Yeah, that's not a bad way to put it. She doesn't have the Archon tattoo. No, Kral does not. Kral's not an Archon as far as I checking my memory and checking the books. He doesn't specify other than it was in Charlian. Well, I'm gonna assume then, for lack of that it would make sense then that he's talking about specifically studying at the studium. Isn't Graha a student and an Archon? Yeah, we got to that. I never heard anyone say so. Thanks for it. Yeah. Suspert. Do Skorts exist here? I'm sure Skorts exists in Eorzea. Also, I can't wait till we get to Kral where she takes her hood down because her fucking bow is so cute. It's so fucking cute. Oh, also, over to my, I think, right? You'll notice that there's the new goal, which is going to be, we're raising, I think like $50 for a minion raffle. So when that's raised, all that money will be going towards getting you guys minions, and it'll be a fun little thing. The other thing is I made it so now you can see how many memberships we need until we get a new emote. Just so you that way it's a more specific goal rather than so nebulous. Yeah, Kral is absolutely adorable. Totally agree. Okay. Let's go finish out Pugilist, and then do we want to go straight into Monk, or do we want to get Samurai, guys? I leave that up to you. In fact, let me make a poll. Oh, Dest. It's definitely Monk, right? I'm sure. Right, of course, then on to the Monk's Guild. But I mean, like, he was what? I mean, he's like in his early 30s now, 32, 33, something like that. And he has been there since, like, Charlene was his effective home base and home for the better part of 20 years. Like, it may have not been his, like, birth town, but it is effectively his hometown. And it's where the only family he's ever known is from, other than, like, Minfilia. But Minfilia, he didn't become part of his family until after he had already grown up in Charlene to an extent, Feeling better? Yay, Scarlet Cyclone, good to see you, glad to have you. And, am I feeling better? A little tired, but still good. And, I don't have, the nightmare swill that is this monstrosity in my system anymore, because what the was that? Oh my god, you guys are 50-50. Who will break the tie? I'm pleased to say I managed to find and thwack all the dummies. You did well to deploy them where you did, son. Thanks to you, I almost got killed several times. But what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, and I'm feeling stronger than I have in ages. As a matter of fact, I reckon I'm not far from regaining my former strength. One last step, and we'll get me there, and I'll take it by having another bout with you, Helio. I want you to meet me on the Sigoli Desert at a settlement called Forgotten Springs. Hey, we're gonna go see some Makotes. This place is home to the most luscious Makote maidens this side of Eorzea. Gods, I can't wait to take in their lovely forms again. The U tribe. We're about to go see some of the U tribe. Ishtol's wearing a reverse skort. Basically, yeah, you're not wrong. Issa's been spending too much time with the gaggle of Grahas. Just for those of you who aren't aware, because I always find it funny, you can actually see the gold saucer from over here if you fly up. That is where the gold saucer is geographically. And if you like look north, like that's Eastern Thanalin. And so like Uldah's over there. I'm actually curious, because like obviously that was placed there and you could see it if you're flying, but where do you have to be in order to see it on foot? you see it from like here? Yeah, you can only like barely see it. It's crazy to me that they bother putting it in when you can't really see it from anywhere. Like, cause remember, flying in ARR wasn't always a thing. It only became a thing in what, 5.3? Like, it's specifically blocked by that mountain almost. Like they don't want you to see it, but they bothered to put it in. I wonder if you stand at the top of the dune, can you see it? She's got that absolute territory. Like, you can barely see it, I guess. I fucking love how much they thought attention to detail and used to flesh out the game and make it feel alive. Yep, me too, Flame. Me too. Like, you can see Ozma at the start of his raid too. Yep. Yep. In the Weeping City of Mach, 100%. I'm trying to think about the other fun examples of that, because there are tons of them. Let me see if there's any like from like the dungeon stuff. This is a small thing, but like Sestasha, when you get to the end of it, if you hang out at the end of Sestasha, you'll notice that the day-night cycle actually does change while you're in there. Tamtara, you can see the everything in Tamtara from the top of it. Copperbell. Not anything I can think of off the top of my head. Well, Copperbell, it's a small thing, but when you go into the final room, you can see the like entrance thing that the Hecaton Kyries broke out of to like flood into the mines. Hawk Manor. Brayflox Longstop. You can see the dragon at multiple points throughout Brayflox Longstop if you like pay attention to the skies. Just stuff like that. It's cool. What's the raid with the robot that dances? That is, no one say it, Lighthouse. Ridorano Lighthouse. That we can come back after the beating last boss. That's Ridorano Lighthouse, the second Alliance raid of the Return to Ethos. The landscape takes me back, it does. Sand as far as the eye can see. Crystal clear springs, water schooling your feet. Scantily clad lasses giggling as the bath and they bathe and they frolic. That makes me think of something. I will remember these things, but my body has forgotten the seamless combinations that earned me the epithet of Holy Fist. That's where I have you enter, Elio. Sparring with you first got me back into the swing of things. Now it's time to finish the job, but before we begin, some warming uppin's in order. I want you to take yourself across the dunes to the south and defeat 5 sandworms. I'll be waiting here for you. What? I don't need a warm-up too? Oh, don't you worry. I had mine long before you arrived. Those enormous buggers never knew what hit them. If you don't want to be outdone by this old man, you best run along and give them more of the same. Something something bathing Mikote lasses. I wonder, anyone think these are a reference to Shai Halud? Like the sandworms in Dune. Like, these probably are from an early... No, because the sandworms probably, I think, exist as an enemy at least as early as 4, if not earlier. But maybe even then they were a reference to Dune. I mean, Dune affected so much. Do cats like water? Rarely, but Mikote seem to like water somewhat. I mean, you think about the amount of them that live in Limsa and are, like, either pirates or work ships. I mean, Keepers of the Moon end up in forests, and Seekers of the Sun end up in arid environments. But again, a lot of them still end up in Limsa, so they can't hate it too much. I mean, think about it, how many of them are at Costa del Sol. So for the dungeon I want to pull in, the leveling duty is Stone Vigil. I was scared to death of it, but to me it's been the easiest. Yeah, Stone Vigil. I mean, my perspective is probably so, I don't, all the dungeons, like, seem pretty standard to me, so like I don't know, I don't know if there's any I would think of that are that much harder than others. So I don't have a good sense of that. If anybody else has a thought on like what are the harder dungeons or that early on. Oh, hey, a fun trick if you want to try to, if you're worried about pulling hard dungeons, by the way, when you go to do your duty roulette for like leveling, let's say I pick leveling, right? If I select it, before you press join, if you unequip all your gear, right? Like, let's say I do something like that. This means that it will only put me, and then I press join, it will only put me in dungeons up to my gear score. So in my case, it would be, what? Oh, yeah, it would be... You know, gear score up to 12, which is, I think, like, what, Sastasha... Oh, no, it's still... Here, it's still that, Man, it's actually... Here, let me see if I can keep going. Oh, it's right, it's because my weapons are actually pretty high. But either way, the point being that, Oh, actually, let me see if I can just leave it. Yeah, I can. But that is one way to make it so that you can, will get lower level dungeons if you particularly want them and don't want to do higher level dungeons. Now, I, however, on the other hand, wish I could do the inverse, but it's very important that, more experienced players do play with the less experienced players and help them through the lower level dungeons, because there's nothing worse than, like, being stuck. Midgard Swimmer dungeon scares me. Have you been to it since it's changed, Tracy? Because they just redid it. So it's completely different now. Hey, I just got some interesting music. Lip flaps on long stops. Which song is that? No. Yeah, well, I recommend checking it out. It's a little less like, what the hell is going on? Sloppy! Most of the Miko I know seem to enjoy getting wet. Okay, Demins. Water, water, froth and foam! No, I tried to avoid it. Then I recommend you don't look down. Down, down, don't look them in the eye. How long, oh Lord, before you let me die? I don't know why we're doing Les Mis all of a sudden, but hey, what you gonna do? Oh. Ah, so you've seen the sandworms. Marvelous! Now that the real training can begin. Thanks to you, I've managed to get most of my stamina back. I'm confident that I can go the distance with the fittest of them. But if you defeat Wegfar, I'll need more than just endurance. I'll need to remember how each strike transitions to the next, and you're going to help me. You're going to help refresh my memory by pummeling the senses back into me. When it comes to heights, the Agalea. Hit me, Elio, with everything you've got. Don't hold back. The ruins of the Agrius is pretty high up. Oh, that's what you're trying to say, the Agrius. It's pretty high up, and some people are afraid of heights. Ah. Well, Agalea is also going to be a problem, too, then. Yeah, before the Satch. Before this. That's a way to describe it. I haven't seen any Mikote splashing around in that spring. Fair. Then again, it is an oasis. I mean, now I'm terrified that I'm going to come out of like this trial or something, and all of a sudden a bunch of you guys are going to be rahaing it. I have some mixed feelings about hitting an old man. If the old man asks you to hit him, I'm not... Like, my thing is if someone asks you for something, and it's what they want, like, okay, yeah. This is what I call growing pains. See, he's happy. Just because I beat the shit out of him doesn't mean he's not happy. Oh, looks like you guys think Sam's the one we're gonna go with. That's how Houdini died, though. Yes, fair. But also he died doing what he loved. Silly magic tricks like getting punched in the stomach. Yeah, mark me. The round next will be mine. Somehow I don't think Hamon's gonna die of appendicitis, but just a thought. No, it used to be a thing that Houdini would people punch him and he'd no-sell it effectively in the gut, but he got punched in the gut while he had an inflamed appendix and they ruptured his appendix, and that is what killed Houdini. I don't know why I've known that for the better part of 25 years, well, 20-ish years, but like, it's one thing that stuck with me. No, he was the old man that got hit. I have it. I do find it funny though that they just have you fight just punch an old man over and over again for like about 5 minutes. I've got it. I've got it. As the river flows to the sea, heedless of all the bars in its path, so too must our combinations be. Oh, that even rhymes. Thank you, Elio. The raging torrent of your blows have been to strike the of lightning to my brain case. I remember everything.
Master Wegfar, the man is back in Ul'dah, and he's been demanding that you fight him now.
So it begins. Very well. I will go to settle the score with Wegfar. It'll be the first to know that the Holy Fist has returned. I can think of a few old men I'd love to just wail on for a while, mostly in DC and Austin. Shocker to Mins. Some worlds consider being in your late 20s to be the middle-aged person. Some worlds, like fantasy worlds, you mean, AC? I mean, yeah, age is a relativistic thing in a world in which, like if you're a being that exists to live to like 300, like, you know, like if like you live to like your like 100 or 200 is like normal for like a dwarf, right? Then 50, you know, if you're 200 normal, 50 is still, you know, kind of youngin', you know? You know, 50 to a dwarf if you live to be 200 is like 25 to us. I mean, that's if you live to be 100. It's more like 20, really. That was the real world like 200 years ago.
Well, you know what's interesting about that, actually, is that the mortality rate is so... I've never seen a good adjusted mortality rate, a good, like, life expectancy span for the ancient world that wasn't affected deeply by the high infant mortality rate. So I've always wondered, like, what was the actual life expectancy if you factor out for that? Like, if you only factored for natural causes.
I guess infant, like, you know, birth complications isn't non-natural causes, but you get my point. I didn't expect you to come so soon, if at all. You sure want to go ahead with this? I'm a man of reason, and I'd sooner not have you hurt. Just give up now and we can put an end to this mummer's farce. You can live out the rest of your days in peace.
The only mother's farce is I see as a man trying to squirm out of his self-brought challenge, and I'm going to make you the same offer. Walk away, and you won't get hurt.
They say Haman Holyfist is going to perform his legendary technique. Right here on the avenue. Is it safe?
I seen ages robbed you of your wits, as well as your strength. Well, if you're eager for pain, who am I to deny it to you? Just remember, there ain't no going back once your head goes flying.
I love that. I love that it shows him young.
Just like old times, eh, Wegfar? Hurrah! Confetti! It's a parade! Did you see that? Because I sure as hell didn't. He was too fast!
Someone is going to get a full fisting.
No, this cannot be. I refuse to be beaten by a senile old fool.
And so he smoked the crack.
Get your arse out here, all of ye! Cease your wondering. That was Pluto. Just a draught of it and your body turns hard as iron. Not even blades can pierce it.
I love that there's so many drug references in ARR. This like never happens again.
Stubborn bugger. Rurukuta, but why? I refuse to fight on the side of cheats.
Say your prayers to whatever gods you believe in. By the time I'm finished, not even your mothers will recognize you.
Never underestimate a giant Florida man on bath salts.
I'll lop off your heads and shit down your throats.
You leave Wegfar to me. You heard, Master Haman. We'll take care of the minions. I have your back. I'll leave a rendition that Rokai has a strong skeleton. Foolish He-Man! Bloody hells! Wakefire is maiming his own! Utter madness! Keep clear of Wakefire! Deathberry, good to see you, glad to have you! He actually looks pretty decent in his young years. There's a great shot. There's actually a really emotional shot, in my opinion, that comes up after this, where we get to see him a little bit younger as well. I mean, one of those poor fuckers got eaten by a bear because my poor eyesight made me think it was a log or something. No, that would be a crocodile. You definitely be down in Florida and get eaten by a croc because you thought it was a log. They were asking you some questions, but you were quick to the punch. I see you're channeling Dez. You're tough as old mutton, come on. Just for you, man. No, Wakefire! No, Wakefire! It's me you wanted to fight! Watch out, Elio! Wakefire comes! That's what she said? Look, we should all be worried when a male Rogan comes. That's all I'm saying. Jalalia. Jalalia on the draw. Good to have you, glad to have you, Barry. And yeah, I think everyone's doing pretty decent. You did it, Master Amon. You won. Master. No, Chuchuto. We won. This victory wasn't mine alone. Imagine getting punched by Lalafell in the dick. Holy fisticuffs, that was incredible! You wiped the avenue with those crooks. I'm going to tell my grandchildren tales of what happened here. Our work here is done. Let us all go home. To the guild. Lala's hitting him squarely in the kneecaps. Dude, getting punched in the kneecap by Lalafell would hurt, especially if they had like a oh my god, no, that's no. What are they called? I keep forgetting their names. Cesti. There's also another name for Cesti. I forgot to get my Parago minion. My little brother punched me in the dick when he was 4. Does that count? Effectively. Imagine the PSI they can get behind those tiny fists. Like how many cat paws are like 10k pound needles. Yeah, no, but also you're right. You think about like they have to be relatively like not as strong as Rogan, but like Lavavells have to be relatively strong to keep up, right? We know, like for instance, we know Pippin can wield Tizona's like other half, its sister. So that means they have to be powerful, and it is all focused on a very small area, surface area. I want to thank you again, Elio. It's because of you I was able to rekindle my fighting spirit and conquer my demons. Perhaps even more importantly, Rurukut has come to his senses, and Chuchuto's back to her bubbly self. Please forgive me, Master. I will have no more to do with the Alacron. I will roam the lands till I find myself, and strive to become a great pugilist like you. You only just returned, and you're leaving us already? Ugh. I don't suppose there is aught I can say that will change your mind, but if you ever want for company or sparring partners, know that you're always welcome here. Youthful vigor, a true blessing. Go well, my boy. There's not a doubt in my mind that you'll do me proud. As for you, Elio, your combination were a sight to behold, and right painful to receive. In helping me with my training, you've come into your own as a pugilist. The time's ripe that I taught you the technique that won me countless bouts on the blood sands. I call it Demolish, and unleashed when in the curl form, it combines powerful punches and kicks that'll send your opponent reeling. You've grown strong, Elio, but your journey as a pugilist is far from over. To get as far as I have, you'll have to overcome many and more trials and tribulations. But whatever challenges threaten to block your way, I'm confident that you'll be able to blaze yourself a path. So long as your spirit burns bright and your fists fly with conviction, there's nothing you can't achieve. I'm the living proof.
Forge onward, young one, and create a legend for yourself, never to be forgot. Ooh, that armor actually works. Gemini, good to see you, glad to have you. Are people so bored and old that they'd rather watch a street fight than a gladiator match? Well, gladiator matches aren't always going down, AC. So, like, there's times when the blood sand's not active. Also, you have to pay for gladiator for blood sands. Whereas, like, if you're just watching a brawl in the streets, you're just like, hey, free entertainment. Okay. Wait, actually, there's got to be one more pugilist quest, isn't there? Yeah, because there's like an epilogue thing. Do all of save on material for the closer weapons due to the size of the normal sized person? I mean, they have to, right? They would, but for some reason they cost the same. I guess honestly, it's partly because like. Am I crazy? I swear to God that there was a thing. I thought for sure there was like some kind of thing where Haman walked past you as his young self. Is that like part of the capstone or something? Maybe that's what it is. Okay, let's go pick up Sam. Oh, I don't have Sam yet. All right. Samurai is picked up. Red Mage is picked up over here. Sam is... Oh, I passed by it. Lalithel versus Minion. Who would win? The yellow minions. Lalithel. Lalithel kills the minion. Lalithel just punches straight through its eye. Do you like what we do? Consider showing your support and sign up for Patreon. Yes, it goes a long way towards helping us. Level 90 Lalithel Monk. Your kneecaps are no more. Lalithel all day. Yep. IDK if we should ask an Endwalker character how that feels. Ask an Endwalker character. I just got what you're referring to, Des. Thoughts balls, just when you think you've seen it all. The world's full of surprises. What I'm talking about, you ask? Oh, nothing much. Just the most amazing blade work I've ever seen. It wasn't even the main card either, but a light entertainment. A Far Eastern fellow old enough to be my grandfather appeared and called for challengers, but who should show and answer him but a brute of a gladiator? People thought it was either mummery or a sick joke. After all that, could one expect for such a mismatch? The old and infirm versus the young and informed. But when the action began, the old man proceeded to drop everyone's jaw, his opponent not least of all, which with his blistering blade work. The most riveting moment, though, was when he had a challenger on the Blackfoot. For instead of finishing the job, he went and sheathed his blade. Putting your steel away in the heart of battle? Well, that's akin to committing suicide. This wasn't lost on the gladiator, who lunged in with a mighty swing. The spectator gasped collectively, thinking it was over. And it was. But not for the old man. For the next instant, before anyone could comprehend what had happened, his opponent was crumpled on the ground. In one fell stroke with the impossible speed, the old man had drawn his sword and dealt the telling blow. A few heartbeats passed in stunned silence. Then the stands erupted in riotous cheers. Gods, just recounting it gives me the chills. The speed, the precision, the elegance. Simply sublime! How it's possible I have never heard of these Far Eastern warriors. These samurai. Wait. Are you thinking of what I think you're thinking and want to face the old man? Well, that silver-tongued showmaster was looking for a new challenger, but you don't want to do this. Let someone else be the fool. It's interesting because literally you do more with the Blood Sands and the Samurai quest than you do with the Gladiator quest. And eventually in the 70 Paladin quest, you get to do Gladiator stuff. But it's like, honestly, that's part of the problem with the Paladin story is that the 70 Paladin story is not a Paladin story, it's a Gladiator story. And hell, the capstone for Paladin is also a capstone for Gladiator. It's not a capstone for Paladin, which is kind of annoying. No. Oh, right, I don't actually have Sam, so I have to... have to go to the pits, right? Yeah. If Rogue didn't evolve to Ninja, what other job would it be?
I think I mean, I don't know that any other job makes sense other than rogue. I would think you could go thief. I mean, like, the rogue's already got the thief archetype in it, but if you're gonna, like, evolve it into something else, you could do something thief. You could do that whole Lady Luck idea I've pitched for the Corsair. I think something like the Corsair, if it was, like, my pitches for it, would make sense for rogue to go into it, especially when rogue's in Limsa. Yeah, there's a couple ways you could run it, but I don't think if you look at any current job, there's any other job that makes sense. Oh. What voice are we doing? Cactar, hand me your coins. We're gonna take them, we're gonna flip them, and then we're gonna talk to Lalafell. Oh my god, his arm's turned! Yes! Elio learned something new! Okay. Okay. Thief, yeah. Pugilist to Samurai Quest, going from helping Grandpa from leveling up to going to Grandpa already kicking butt. Yep. Can you imagine a Scotsman type character in the Samurai Quest line? The way we could react to the Samurai Jack scene with the Scotsman roasting. Oh my god, that would have been amazing AC. My thought process was first going to Highlander, but no, that would be amazing. And if you've never watched Samurai Jack, watch Samurai Jack. It's phenomenal. Actually, give me a second. I need to send a message. Okay. Come one, come all, and marvel at the mystery of the Far East. A swordsman hailing from the exotic King Gashi, whose blade work is quicker than the eye can see. Don't let his age fool you. Old though he may be, he's already made short work of one of the Uldah's meanest gladiators, and he now seeks a new challenger. If you can't beat him, you'll be rewarded with the rare Hingan treasure. There's just one condition. You must fight with the same blade as the old man. If you think you have what it takes, proceed to the Gladiators Guild and make yourself known to the Far Eastern Elder. Fun fact, he is the first cameo, well, effectively the first cameo in Endwalker. God, it throws me off every time that the Gladiators Guild is just literally a restaged version of the Pugilist Guild. Back to the Jack, Samurai Jack.
There can only be one!
The aura, unusual yet undoubtedly formidable. The aura. This aura, unusual yet undoubtedly formidable. Dare I hope a worthy challenger is accepted. Well met, friend. I am Musosai, a samurai of Hingashi. Lest you wonder, samurai and swordsmen of the Far East, yet know that the swords we wield are unlike those of this land. Katana, they are called, and for our duel I shall lend you such a blade, along with a stone, a talisman of sorts. Wear them on your person, you shall soon become one of us, at least in appearance, if not in sooth.
Have someone in an Oni mask dressed in black and do some Aku lines. Extra thick, 30 minutes or less. Someone give me a fun Aku line to do. God, I love Aku's freaking hilarious. Aku, I feel like, is one of the best villains of all time. I'm gonna need. Did they give me a coffer? Yes. Oh, okay, guys. Let's take a second. The Eorzean looks pretty good in the yukata. I guess I don't even know that's technically yukata, but like, actually, what does it say it technically is? Because, yeah, no, it's a togi. Duh. Look at the Eorzean boy in that togi. Like, oh, that collar. That's a good fucking look. Aku steals the show every time. It's true. The neckline is doing all the work. Yeah, plunge in that V. Getting that hard V in there. The outfit has no pants under that skirt. Yeah, that's true. I guess I would just say that if you got one Elio pantsless, congratulations. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen this on every race now, I think it looks best on Eorzean. I genuinely think, look, that cut is better than it is on here. Oh, what's this old ability? Ah, the Kaiten. Be gone, Val. Actually, no, I'm going to keep Kaiten because people bitch and moan about it. Merciful Eyes. Oh, right, they got rid of that. Oh, I'm going to have to reset up my bar, aren't I? My 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it's going to be interesting to figure out what I want. Thank you. Yeah, Jutsu. I'll figure that out later. It's not going to matter early on.
Ah, yes, in your gaze I see the stirrings of a newborn samurai. 'Tis plain the stone has already bequeathed some of its memories unto you. Yet hearing the memories is one thing, mastering them is quite another. We shall see how well you fare against me. Prepare yourself, young samurai. We begin as soon as you are ready.
Oh, actually, I guess you do have access to most of your abilities right off the bat. Third Eye is on... No, I don't want that on that. Okay. Deliver attack to... Double, those are my AoEs. Yeah, my AoEs are set up nice. Well, actually, having that on F is a little bit weird. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do that differently. Yeah, I'm gonna redo all this. Okay, but yeah, third eye on there. That's good. I don't have anything set to that, which means I should. Hisetsu Seinai. Yeah, that's what I want. That on that. Meditate. Actually, meditate would be good there. But what do I want here? Ooh, actually, that's also good there. Why don't I do that? Because using third eye on the reg is probably a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Samurai Questline is one of my favorite in the entire game. I like it. I guess my thing about the Samurai Questline is it's just so samurai story. Like, to me, it's like there's not anything super unique to it other than just being like a samurai story, like that like classic ass one. No Kaiten. I'm gonna be honest. Having not being a samurai main, but having played a bit of samurai, I do not miss Kaiten. Rip Kaiten. It looked silly on my Lala, so of course I liked it. It looks good on anyone. Fine, Ray Ray, take away my fun. Step away to pee and miss the conversation about great flaming eyebrows. What? Oh, I guess no one did talk about them, but I would have. What? Oh, his. Okay. I was like, whose? When? Where? Why?
You are ready then. Good, good. Let us take to the arena.
Oh, samurai. Oh, duh. I am distracted. But yes. Hey, look, it's been a long time since I've rewatched all of the original. I should rewatch it. Gather ye round and bear witness, for another brave challenger has appeared. Next to face Musosai, sword master of the Far East. We have an itinerant adventurer. Samurai Jack came out, what, 01? 2001? 2002? Sounds about right? Someone let me know so I can make it look Jubilant feel old. It's funny because they literally do this exact same shot, basically, in the...
Hold it right there! No one gets to take down the old bastard except me! Barrelon, the last standing scourge of the sand!
2001 and 2004. Yeah, when Samurai Jack came out, I was 6 years old.
You made a fool of me earlier, but this time there'll be no tricks. This time I fight with my own sword, not the pathetic excuse for a needle you handed me.
What's this? Boneheaded Berold, who was so roundly trounced moments ago, has invaded the Blood Sands! For those of you who came in late, he's the disgraced gladiator who was cast out of the Colosseum for, and I paraphrase, being an all-round odious brute.
The rules were plain and you agreed to them. There were no tricks.
Shut your mouth and fight me again!
Such eagerness for blood. The warriors of this land are as naked blades.
I'll get you next time.
And with that distraction out of the way, we may continue where we left off. God! Why is the frickin' guard on them so big?
It begins. How will this challenger fare against the enigmatic elder? Now
then, let us see how well you wield the katana. Bitch, I've been watching anime for years. How do I even have this set up? Oh, right, because it's 1, 2. Right, that's why I had to set it that way. It's gonna take me a little while to remember how to play correctly.
Shalali.
Wow, low blow. Yep. Also that final season.
I really like the final season. My thing about that final season, my only problem with that final season is it feels too narrative focused compared to what the show originally was like, compared to like the tone piece that of so much of Samurai Jack was about. But I don't dislike it for that. I just appreciate it for very different reasons that I enjoyed the original.
Also, can I just say that episode of Avatar: Last Airbender will always make me cry if you know. Leaves from the vine, falling so slow. Tiny fragile shells drifting in the snow. Little soldier boy, come marching home. Brave little soldier boy, come marching home. To draw forth such strength from the stone in so short a time, you are no ordinary man. As promised, I shall bestow upon you a rarest of Hingan treasures, training in the way of the samurai.
Blame Joplin! What do you want from me?
What is the matter? Our techniques are not found in land. Should I go get my ukulele? I could play it on the ukulele for you guys. Hence their great worth. As my pupil, you would train under my watchful eye and learn even the most prescient of my techniques.
Why you lying, bastard? All that fighting, there wasn't even any coin in it.
What's this? The bone-headed bear rolled his back, and this time he's brought friends. The man doesn't know when to give up.
You got a problem? Come down here and say it.
At no point was it said that the treasure is an object, let alone coin. Besides, winning it was well beyond you.
Shut the hells up. This time I'll show you my true strength.
Your strength lies in numbers, 'twould seem. Very well, if you insist on another trouncing, then so be it. But you know that this time 'tis not I who will deal with it, but my pupil. Having seen your potential firsthand, he and his ilk ought pose not pose you any trouble. I was just like, what now? I do like that the proportions on my katana are actually pretty regular.
Whoever he is, take care of him.
Oh my god, you guys are all dying from that. While you were studying the sword, I was watching anime. He's got God and the power of anime on his side.
Oh dear, this isn't in the script. The duel has become a free-for-all.
Feather him, the so-called pupil.
I'll save that charge so I can kill. Actually, you know what? These runs go down fast. I'm just gonna go ahead and end him rightly.
off. You want something done right. No one beats me in my Coliseum. No one!
I beg to differ.
Oh, Buroi joins his own fight! Finally. Student Samurai versus Grizzled Gladiator. Who will prevail? The clash between good and ugly.
Honestly, if anyone ever wants to write something with a gladiator announcer Lalafell mixed with his sidekick being a Gabi, I would love to do that.
Who will prevail? Student Gladiator versus Grizzled Gladiator. What do you think, Gobfix?
Double things, the gladiator fights very goodly. Use much strength to win fight.
I love the episode where Sokka learned from that Swordmaster Piandao. Yeah, in the 3rd season with the fire. Yeah. The moves that Sam does make it look like it would do a lot more damage. I watch videos on Sam's fighting and you can see the numbers, and to me, they should be more. Well, I mean, but if you made them more, then you would have to make fewer abilities, or you have to make it work, make it make sense for why it would be balanced. You can't just give it more, because then everyone would just play Sam. F is for front. Well, do I want to do SpongeBob or do like Gabi version of that?
I felt a father through all the flowers, was for your color.
Sod this. I'm gonna make you hurt, old man. It's the last thing I do.
Limit Break 3.
You're done then? Allow me. Even better. I wish that was the Samurai Limit Break 3. Haha, not even worth drawing a blade. Well fought, young one. I've seen all I need to see.
And the winner is the challenger. What a fearsome fighters. These samurai. Let's give a rousing applause.
Why do they even give those text boxes if they're gonna make them so freaking short? Like, they disappear so fast. Oh no, the announcer from the FF7 remake in the Corneo Coliseum. You could do those Gabi, you could do those in Gabi and Lala voices. Oh, if someone wants to give me some of their lines, I would love to do that.
And as for no survivors, when Gabi go big boom!
I'm on it. Thanks, Artemis. Also, good to see you. Glad to have you. I never said that. Chris, good to see you. Glad to have you. How dare you? Forgive me, I know it was wrong to force the fight upon you, and yet I find I do not regret having done so, for it has reaffirmed beyond any doubt the promise I had glimpsed in you. Long did I search in my native land for a pupil, but I found none fit to be a vessel for my knowledge. The problem, I conclude, lay in the people's way of thinking, the zeal with which they upheld the tradition to detriment of all else. So it was that I set forth for a new land, this Eorzean. Oh, right, because he can't say Eorzea, yeah. This Eorzean. I placed myself in the midst of the most able swordsmen, offering myself up as a spectacle in hopes of finding a worthy soul. And find him I did, in you. Now I realize how all this may appear to you. I could be but a strange old fool spouting nonsense, but I am well past caring about appearances. I speak with all earnesty when I say that there is none other into whom I would pour my knowledge, and so I ask you, will you consent to being my pupil? Ah, words cannot well express my joy. From this moment on, we are master and student. Now then, I would know your name. By what are you called? Elio Forgeron. Elio, 'tis a fine name. Without further ado, Elio, we shall commence your training. Pray, join me at the nearby tavern, the Slick Hand. Does anyone actually want to run a dungeon with me so that we can get some, we can level up Sam? Because we're gonna hit a point where I won't have levels. Though I also could pick up I can also pick up the monk quest.
And as for no spitting, sharing domicile, looking here with my best buddy.
Do not regret using Samurai for Stormblood because it's fun and I love the 70 outfit. I used Samurai for Stormblood when I played it on my main. You've got folks at the tree. Okay, I'll come pick some of you guys up at the tree then. I'm gonna go drive by pickup. I'm doing research at the moment. Yeah, no worries. I ran with you last night so someone else can go. Yeah, thanks, Roria, for offering up that slot. I appreciate it. How beneficial is it for us that a lot of our training for any job is from a practical application rather than conventional training? We just get basics, go out and do stuff, then come back. Well, remember, so that's an important thing, though, right?
The thing you have to remember is, within the confines of the canon, you cannot use a crystal, a job crystal. A job crystal can shorthand a lot, but it can't shorthand the basics. So what you're learning with a job crystal allows you to like manifest a lot of the skills necessary to become an intermediate user, like almost immediately. But it doesn't give you the ability to do the basics. That's why, for instance, to use a paladin job crystal, you need to become a gladiator first. It's not because you need to become a gladiator first. It's because you need to have the basic understanding of sword and shield. And the gladiator does that. The same way with thaumaturgy and black magic and yada, yada, yada. It's about, you need fundamental principles learned to you. So if you think about the classes are about teaching you the fundamental principles so that you can use the jobs. And I think it is beneficial, you know, I think it's beneficial to us that we do focus on the non-conventional aspects, because those are the things that need to be taught to us, whereas the soul crystal can shorthand a lot of the conventional aspects. I shall begin at the very beginning of the distant past. Hingashi underwent a period of strife during which numerous opposing factions yielded for supremacy, the Age of Blood. It's totally not the Sengoku Jidai, but it's totally Sengoku Jidai. In this age, full many took to the battle with katana in hand, and in crucibles of war and art was forged, the way of the samurai. Eventually, the realm was unified under one banner, and peace reigned once more. The people set aside their katana, save for we samurai, who continued to wield it as a symbol of authority. And with the authority comes a grave responsibility, protecting the peace. To ensure that the Age of Blood is never repeated, we samurais seek out the wicked and bring them to account. In so doing, we ward off chaos and preserve order in the realm. Such is our calling. Which makes sense if you think that, like, most of Doma is like an Edo era Japan analog. Hingashi or Heirs Ear is matters not where we are. This calling guides us always. To that end, we shall journey to the land, you and I, on a quest to right wrongs. As one who has grasped the foundations of our art, it is your surest path to mastery. Our efforts begin in this very city. I shall cast about for evil that has taken root here, and then we may proceed to excise it. Well now, that certainly got exciting quick, but with some even quicker thinking, I managed to set up a wager and turn a tidy profit. Momozigo, I owe you a debt of gratitude. Thanks to you, I have found my pupil at long last. I pray that you will live comfortably with your winnings. Actually, I had a mind to join you. Whenever you go, I sense the coin will follow. And besides, it seems you're planning to root out evil in our fair city. If so, you do well to have me along. With my connections, I can procure information you're like to need. Then there's the small matter of your complete and utter lack of knowledge of Eorzea. There is that indeed. Had fate not seemed to fit to unite us, I never would have found my way here from Fester Bay. And I wouldn't be standing here to breathing. If anyone owes anything, it's me. You saved me from those cutthroat bandits when I tried recruiting them for the Colosseum. Terribly reckless in hindsight. As for you, my friend, to be marked out by old Musosai himself, you must be made of uncommon stuff indeed. Not to put the pressure on, but I have the highest hopes for you. And here we are then. I shall undertake my search with Momozigo and help until such time as there are developments. Pray, continue honing your newfound skill. It's weird hearing that as the quest complete thing. I also imagine you need to learn the physical skills to build up the muscles. Yeah, the muscle memory and stuff. The thing is that, like, I feel like the idea is that's why they also use, so, like, samurai, because you, I guess canonically, I would probably look at it, the game assumes at this point you would have mastered every class, effectively, at the point at which you reach, the narrative points of, like, Stormblood on. Well, I guess Rum Reborn on. It kind of assumes that. So you have the basic skills in melee fighting, and therefore, like, the specificity of using a katana and stuff is what changes up. Okay, I need to go level up. So I'm going to come pick up some of you guys. So how come things like Sage don't have specific prereqs other than just a level? You would think if more sensical, it would be like a healer class level 7 or something. So canonically, you already would know Contrary is why. So from the perspective of the game, you already have the basics because you already understand the basics of healing aetherology. Back to the past, Samurai Jack. Watch out. So does that mean Musosai, and by extension, us can be considered Ronin? Definitely Musosai. And yeah, to an extent, I guess I would say, yeah, we would be considered Ronin in my understanding of the word.
Tonight's prize is 1 million gil, and there's...
Well, actually, tonight's prize is 1 million gil, and there's only one way to get it. Brutalize your opponents.
thoroughly and utterly, viciously, without mercy, until they vomit blood! Whoa!
Man, trying to get dialogue into chat is hard. Yeah, no worries. The boys! Oh my god. Ooh, Jelly Bean, I love you. Okay. Can I get people to wave who are leveled appropriately to be able to help, and who haven't got a chance to like do anything recently? How did you get a dancer to 980? Y'all commit. Okay, we need one more. We need a healer. Who wants to heal? Anyone can heal. Jellybean is a global treasure, clearly. Boosts? Boosts exist. Okay, well, I wanted to not assume. I'm gonna pick someone at random. Well, I know Jubilant can heal, so I'm gonna just take Jubilant. Hey, there you go, already on stage. Okay, we're gonna do... Actually, you know what's curious? Actually, I'll save my leveling roulette. And instead, we'll go ahead, because I want to be able to practice my current skills. Realm Reborn. Oh, no, well, actually, we have to use leveling roulette, right? Because we need to be, what, 51 in order to hit Heavensward? Yeah, so let's do leveling roulette. Oh, I guess we also have everything else as well, so that's nice. Cool. Oh, fuck! I forgot to do the thing where I can do the high thing. Yeah, well, it's fine. Let's go, Mikote brethren. Ah, yes, and I, your fellow Mikote. Wait a second, Bean, you weren't on an ult. I could have taken you. And Eorzean and his cats. It's like a dog and his boys, and Eorzean and his cats. A giraffe in a sea of cats. God, I gotta love the combat at this level. It's riveting! Seriously, it is important to like be able to build people up slowly in terms of like learning how to play their jobs, but I will say another thing would be to just make it easier to learn how to play your job by making more... the way to do that, there's multiple ways, and it's complicated and difficult, so I don't blame them for it being hard. But also, like, the gameplay does get too interesting too slow. It does. I think it's for the best for some, but not for maybe even most. The Graharum. It's a gaggle of Grahas. The Eorzean Noon and his harems of Tias. Elio Noon. Oh god, now I'm scared of the art. At least give me an AoE. Actually, wait, is that an AoE? Oh no, it's just sheep food to keep. That's just keep it. Chowder beans, green, yellow, and brown beans. I have literally no idea what you're referencing. I also love that I don't like think about what I'm reading. I just read off anything you guys say. I should probably be more discerning. The show Chowder. I never saw the show Chowder. I was an adult. Well, I wasn't probably an adult. That show actually probably like, circa 2011, something like that. But I wasn't watching a lot of Cartoon Networks around the time Chowder came out. Wow, that was much earlier than I thought. I feel like I was watching Cartoon Network still somewhat then, because I would have been 2007, 2008. I would have been 13, 12, 13. Surprising I didn't watch a lot of it. Wait, no, I'm wrong. It was 2010. Okay, that makes more sense. Around 15. It wasn't too good for I was just doing other things. It's a good cartoon though. I'm not surprised. I mean, like usually a lot of the Cartoon Network stuff was pretty good. You gotta love K&D, Billy and Mandy, Ed, and Eddie. Actually, what are all your guys? I'm curious, especially because this will tell me a lot about some of y'all's ages. What are all your favorite cartoons from growing up? Ed, and Eddie. Yeah, I mean, Ed, and Eddie is fire. Demins, have you seen, I think it's Meat Canyon who did it? No, maybe it wasn't. Maybe, I think it was Meat Canyon, but the, like, Ed, and Eddie, like, does...
Existence is behind you, Kevin.
Does that mean anything to you? Because if not, I have something to show you. Original Powerpuff Girls? Yeah, I love original Powerpuff Girls. What did they do to Toto Rock? It's so linear. Yes, but before it was so bad. It used to be non-linear, but there were no interesting choices to be made, so what was the point? Like, you would still want to do it linearly, and it just was more inconvenient. Without, like, it was already basically linear. There was just an actual, one of two paths that were identical, effectively. So it's not really a choice. It's not an interesting choice either. Like, if there was an interesting choice, then there's something, but also if you're gonna have to run on repeat, like, you know. And it's like, and what does taking the time to run it slower and not like do the fighting teach a new player at that point? Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo. Do the monkey now. Oh, speaking of, we need to do, you know what we need to do? We need to do more, oh my god, Hildebrand. My dearest lady. Billy and Mandy did slap. Billy and Mandy still slaps. I haven't seen that, but I know of it. Yeah. Group Adventure, Viva and Mandy, Billy and Mandy. Yeah. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Gotta love Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Return the slab. Suffer my curse.
Cow and Chicken, I Am Weasel. I watched some of that. You know, like I grew up with that, but that was like one that was, you know, a couple years old by the time I was like watching. Courage 2, Billy and Mandy was great, K&D was great too, gotta love, there's so much originality in K&D, I love it so much. The original Teen Titans, oh man, the original Teen Titans was so, it is still good too, I've watched some episodes recently, oh nope, this totally freaking holds up. And it also definitely did not leave an entire generation highly attracted to Raven. Favorite childhood show, Old Teen Titans, Web Show Last Airbender, yep. I remember watching the pilot for it, well, I technically a pilot, it was the first episode of Avatar. Chowder. Flame likes Chowder. I can't speak to Chowder. I assume it's pretty good though. Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow, Dad was proud, he didn't care how. Oh, the Courage the Cowardly Dog is a classic. I prefer Courage over Scooby-Doo. Oh my god, of course I prefer, like, who could not prefer Scooby-Doo? Jubilant, you're just trolling me, aren't you? You know me and my jumping. You're just fucking with me. I'm watching you. Johnny Bravo is iconic. Can you say more of his lines? I mean, give me some lines to say and I'll do some. What's your offer? The things I do for love. I was in an escape room once, and after finding a relic, the games master said, "Return the slab," and I almost died. Did you just scream or suffer my curse? Out of the green goo. Actually, I probably should just. Do I not have what? Oh, there it is. Do I have limit break on my bar? Who needs to do mechanics when you can kill the boss? Well done, everybody. When there's trouble, you know who to call. Teen Titans! From the tower, they can see it all. Actually, when there's trouble, you know who to call. Ghostbusters! Okay, and then we're gonna still need 52, I believe, before I'll be able to do quests, so we're gonna have to do Heaven's Word. No, that's Trials. Why did I do that? Oh, no, Dusk Vigil. Yes, Teen Titans, but then it was ruined. I will say, the Titans Go clowning on themselves for them ruining Teen Titans is pretty hysterical. That is the one thing that show did amazingly. Yes, Teen Titans. Sorry, I'm looking for mobile. Yeah, no worries. At the moment, pick up my partner from work. Yeah, glad small Raha could bring a smile. Very much did to all of us. Oh yeah, Megas XLR is another one of my favorite. I didn't watch a ton of that, but I definitely know it. Oh my god, I forgot about Megas. Yeah, Uncle Grandpa was a terrible show. I did not watch much of that. I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes. Also, Two Stupid Dogs. Winx Club. We are the Winx. Come join the club. I don't know why I remember that, but Totally Spies. Anyone remember Totally Spies? Or also, what about like Martin Mystery? Code Lyoko? I love Code Lyoko. A lot of people do not like Code Lyoko. I very much love Code Lyoko, and it is very French. And when you know it's French, it makes a lot more sense. A lot of it makes a lot more sense. And also had a freaking banger of an opening.
Here we come, going far to save all that we love. Cause we'll give it all we got, and we'll make it who we are. Like a star shining bright on the world.
Okay, well, I love Code Lyoko. Yeah, Code Lyoko's fucking awesome. Code Lyoko's song was so good. It is so good. I also liked Witch. Yep. I remember Totally Spies. Totally Spies was fun. Megas needs to come back. I need to rewatch. I literally don't have strong memories of Megas. A lot of the older Batman cartoons and Justice League were, yeah, the original, like, not original, but the 2000s Justice League, phenomenal. The movie that introduced it is phenomenal. Batman Beyond is phenomenal. I mean, like, Batman the Animated Series is just iconic and absolutely holds up. And also, it's still some of my favorite, like, gothic set deco, like, gothic deco nonsense that's going on in that is so good. So good. Oh, I'm pretty sure that show is what made me fall in love with Art Deco. Because Art Deco is my favorite design, like architectural sensibilities. That and I also grew up in a Frank Lloyd Wright house, so a lot of and a Frank Lloyd Wright neighborhood, so a lot of like his architectural stylings like really rubbed off on me. Oh god, Code Lyoko, I forgot Code Lyoko. I didn't like the show, but I love Code Lyoko's theme song. It is a great bang. At least we can agree on that. Here's some quotes of Giant Bra. Hey, Foxy Mama. Hey, Foxy Mama, you smell kind of pretty. Hello, 911, emergency. There's a handsome guy in my bathroom. Hey, wait a second. Cancel that. It's only me. I have no memories of Code Lyoko, but I still love the shit out of it as a kid. Yeah. Code Lyoko was so good. Zoids! Hey, Black Flame! Liger Zero, baby! I think it needs batteries, but articulating too. Yeah, but if you usually if you lift up his paw, yeah, no, he's out of batteries. Oh, I died! That was important. Surprising no one, the man named Johnny Bravo memory I have is of the one memory surprising no one, the main Johnny Bravo memory I have is of him dating an antelope. Yeah, you're right, correct. Surprising absolutely no one. Oban Star Racer, anyone? I know it, I don't remember it very deeply. Zoids, Liker Zero, Strike Laser Claw, Stormhawks, Dragon Booster, Master Samurai, Elias Distracted, hell yeah. Dragon Booster. Dude, I will say I would love to get like a new Liger Zero. I would love to get a version of him that has like the armors that you can put on too. Honestly, if I had a lot of money, like, I would get into Gunpla. That would be like my thing that I did. Like if I had to give up my all work and I had to pick up a new hobby that I haven't done yet, it would be Gunpla, because I would love to. I haven't let myself do any Gunpla because of how expensive it would be. Oh man, I had one of those Legos too, but my brother broke it. Oh, Deathberry, I'm sorry. Yeah, my favorite Johnny Bravo quote is probably "I'm sickened yet curious." I can get behind that. I too am often sickened but yet curious. Actually, I'm kind of just curious about everything. I should probably put the bleed on him, shouldn't I? Instead of just doing damage. Fun fact about this guy. When you fight him, when he knocks someone, when he stuns someone, it's actually supposed to be a stack mechanic. So like, that person's gonna get knocked and you're actually supposed to stack with them. So like, if you actually... it decreases the damage. Digimon, digital monsters. Actually, surprising some of you, and Demins, I think probably to your amusement and delight, my favorite season of Digimon is the one where they become the Digimon. I'm sickened yet curious is a phrase most commonly said before you start a chain of events and decisions that lead to becoming a furry. Good times. Frontier, Digimon Frontier, yeah. I love that the Gwib Collector mount is a Zoid dragon. I mean, yeah, it's just Mecha Bahamut. It's straight up Mega Bahamut, like, Zoid. Didn't they said something about recently? Wasn't in, like, development, didn't they call him Zoid? Wasn't that, like, his secret name? My dad got it for me for the B-Day in middle school. Oh, Black Flame, you had that one. That's awesome. Matt from Digimon may have been my first anime crush. Ooh, I have melee. I have the order of operation. Is it? Oh, right. Oh, I see how it works. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a lot of damage, and it's been a while since I've actually looked at Sans. I do not have it more set up how I would normally have it for, like, doing shit. I'll do that after stream. I didn't really watch Digimon or much of the Pokemon show. I just had a ton of Pokemon movies. I mean, Pokemon 2000 is fucking phenomenal. I have a giant Pokemon 2000 poster in my house. I also have an Ocarina and can play Lugia's song. But I mean, who can't? What con-venturing boy from the 2000s can't? My favorite Digimon series is the Japanese version of Fusion, aka Zroth Wars. I honestly haven't engaged in Digimon a ton. Like, it just wasn't ever on when I was a kid, so I rarely got to watch it. What about Chaotic or the 2003 TMT? 2003 TMT slaps so hard and gets so fucking dark. Dude, 2003 TMT is awesome. I'm sad that it's been forgotten by time. Although Absol is my favorite Pokemon overall. Absol is a great Pokemon. Pokemon Forever is my favorite Pokemon movie. With Suicune and time travel and all that jazz. I mean, the first Pokemon movie, phenomenal. Second Pokemon movie, phenomenal. The third Pokemon movie, phenomenal. The fourth Pokemon movie, phenomenal. It's actually really shocking how good those first four movies are. Like, really shocking. And also the quotes that come out of Mewtwo's mouth. Okay, what is it? Let's see if I can remember it off the top of my head. I see now the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what we do with the gift of life that matters. Did I get it? Is that right? I used to play Digimon's Masters Online, but the RNG and farming for eggs and abysmal hatchery. Yeah, Digimon games have always been in a weird place. They've never been in like a great place. Yeah, 2003 TMT is my jam. Good. First anime crush, Aya from West Cruise. I don't know that. Pokemon Forever is my favorite Pokemon movie. My favorite Digimon series is blame Pokemon 2000. I blame my Pokemon 2000 for my love of Lugia. Yeah, Lugia is my favorite legendary, despite the fact that I don't care about Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon. I really fucking love Shuckle. Don't fuckle with Shuckle. I also love Ditto. I like a lot of Pokemon. Fucking love Rowlet, but that's because I love owls. Does anyone remember now that TMT is a Daredevil spinoff? Some people do, Ray. Some people who are cultured are aware of this fact. And by cultured, I mean have searched internet factoids. I'm gonna have to reset up my bar now that I've like been playing Paladin and have a completely different setup to how I did when I was in Dark Knight. Fuck it, a little break! I know, we're playing deeply suboptimally, and I'm pretty sure some part of Jubilant right now is dying inside, as I play incredibly poorly and, like, slowly. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be double the length of a normal dungeon run, but forgive me. I have other things that I must tend to. I love Adventure on PS1. I'm waiting the most recent one. Yeah, a friend and I tried to not hate watch, I guess, cringe watch Pokemon Heroes. The one with Latios and Latias. We were just sitting there like, wait, this is actually so good though. Yeah, that I have seen, there isn't any bad Pokemon movie. Like, they're not bad. There are some that are wildly phenomenal in a way that's like shocking. And then there's some that are like fine and like, or like good. And that's about it. Like, there's not, I don't think there's a bad one. I haven't watched every single one though, so I can't speak to it. I see. That's how you're gonna torture me then. I should have never let her know my weaknesses. You wouldn't know it. It was 25 years ago. What? Your favorite show, Tracy? Your favorite cartoon? I'd be curious. I grew up with a lot of because of like Boomerang and stuff. I grew up with older cartoons as well, so maybe I would. And I'd love to hear. You know, maybe I'll find something new that I do like. Lucario Riolu is a Pokemon that matches my personality. Watching Ash die in the first Pokemon movie fucked me up. That is a sad freaking scene. That scene still hits. And also, like, have they ever done anything with the lore fact that Pokemon Tears heal sense? Also, that movie's just shot really pretty and is like, oh, also, in case none of you were aware, there's about 10 to 15 minutes of the original Pokemon, the first Pokemon movie, that one with Mewtwo that were cut out, and that are in the Japanese version that are not in the American release, that make the film a lot darker. I would go check that. If you've never seen them, go check it out. I still cry at that scene. It's all Pokemon crying. Yeah, it still hits hard. It still hits hard. And the music in that movie, also like the movie, the like when like fucking Mewtwo and all the Pokemon start going and the like Brother My Brother song starts playing. It's simultaneously hype and heartbreaking. Oh man, did I forget Scooby-Doo? I watched this movie. Speaking of good movies that have no right to be as good as they are, that first Scooby-Doo movie, Scooby-Doo on, oh my god, Zombie Island is, and like the ones that come after it, like the, are all like weird, like bafflingly good. Ignore the 3D version they remade for the first Pokemon movie. They remade a 3D version? Try to remember the English name for it. It's Knights something or something Knights. Interesting. I'll be curious if you can remember it, Tracy. Yeah, they were trying to clone the Doctor's kid. Mewtwo had a psychic bond with her ghost. Yeah, and there's a lot more murdering and like, yeah. What dungeon's in this? This is a Dusk Vigil, Cathra, and we are leveling Elio quickly so that I can do other quests as a samurai. And I'll probably do. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Still cry at that scene. What dungeon? I got a phone call from a fake power company, and they ended up calling my power company for them to tell me my account was fine, and I missed the dungeon. All good. I hate freaking scam phone calls. It's terror time again. Terror time. Also, if you've never done Dusk Vigil's, like, if you don't know Dusk Vigil's story, it's like incredibly sad. on a number of levels. I watched so many of the Scooby-Doo movies too. Cyberspace and Loch Ness. Cyberspace is great. Loch Ness is fun. Loch Ness is from the area where I don't think they're like wildly as good, but I think Loch Ness is a very good, like Loch Ness feels like a really good episode of Scooby-Doo that's a little bit longer, more than I think it's like anything crazy, but I do like it. I have no idea. Terror Time again. Probably should have. Why are you focusing on me? The tank's got you aggro. He's the one who's hitting your paws. I'm just hitting your ass. Probably using meditate, or not meditate, third eye when I'm not being attacked is the wrong time. Just a thought. Admittedly, I should have gone with the tank. Winds of Winter. What is this, a George R. R. Martin book? Oh, my selected keybinds are thrown the fuck off. So Jubilant. Know any good jokes? The Hex Girls cause the same phenomena as Raven from the Teen Titans. I have to wonder how many girls got into paganism thanks to that movie. Also, is it Peter or Peter? Is it Peter or Tim Curry that voices that? I forget. I think about that film, despite not having seen it in like 15 years, once a week at least. End him! Throw him in the fire! Destroy it! There we go. I forgot about Vampire Rock. I also watched that movie a lot. Vampire Rock, I don't know that. Tim Curry as Ben Ravencroft. Yeah, okay, it was Tim Curry. Mark it. What am I at? 51? Well, let's another run of that song would be particularly helpful, but you know what is? Let's do a quick trial run. That'll probably get me there. Actually, you know what? We've got more people. Who wants to join? Wave if you want to join for a trial. I can't look at chat when I say that because otherwise. Small, good to see you. Also, did I send you a friend request? It just makes it a lot easier to figure out who's with us and who's not. Does anyone else want to join? Come on. We have so many people here. How can some of you not want to do it? What's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. What's new, Scooby-Doo? If I have Graha Prime, will you join? Is the question. Actually, no. It goes. Griffin, to me, one of the prettiest mythical beasts there is. Interesting, Cathra. Any particular reason? I mean, it's got a good silhouette. I'll grant you that. Okay, final call. Otherwise, we're going in. Wait. Come stand with me if you'd like to join. That'll probably be easier because there's so many of you guys. You're not even logged in, so you can't join at the moment. Yeah, no worries. I just like them. I just think they're neat. Okay, and 30 seconds left. Let me check. Okay, let's head in then. I like dragons best. I like turtles. I like trains. I can join if you're still going when I get home today. Yeah, no worries. My cat's named Frankfurter since we're on the topic of Tim Curry. Something something Eddie's Teddy. Pounding a gorilla, let's do it. I would have laughed hysterically if we had gone in with like 7 of us and everyone was like a Graha. And that the one other person was just like, what the fuck is going on? Higamana! Tim Curry can certainly put on makeup really well, indeed. Honestly, I'm especially having coming off of playing with Shelton and stuff, I'm appreciating the third eye a lot more. Something about this kind of sounds like it could be like a 2000 era Sonic level song. Like if you were like in, like specifically like a part of the space level background music. Now I'm thinking about Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Running around at the speed of sound. My son is begging for the PlayStation, it gets its break time. No worries, Black Flame.
Bow down, Evatwella!
Pounding a gorilla, pounding a gorilla, pounding a gorilla. Titan. Save Graha! I feel like that's not descriptive, however. Okay, we killed Graha! I feel like we saved Graha a little too quickly. Kenki gauge unlocked. I feel like that's off center somewhat, but I can't tell if it's also off center just because my balance looks wrong. Okay, let me look at. Let me relook at this. Okay, combo action Shifu. Yeah, I don't like how 1, 2, 3, like 1. What if I move this all down and instead move this up to somewhere like here? Kind of like that. Repeats the previous execution of the Ijutsu. Yeah, that's help. That's good. Delivers the attack of it. Can only be executed. Can only execute one combat. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm instead gonna move this somewhere else, and then I'm gonna move this up here, and then I'm gonna move that down there, and that will make me so I can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I can just put that there because it doesn't matter. You combo off Fuga, you combo off Fuga. And Fuga's no, that's fucking separate. Where's Fuga? Where the fuck is Fuga? Do I even have Fuga on the bar? That would explain part of why I wasn't able to do my combo, my AoE combo, because you know. God, this is a lot of buttons. Okay. I mean, it's not even a lot of buttons. It gets so much worse. What's the difference here? Reduces weapon cast time, increases damage dealt. Is it literally just Fugetsu? Oh no, this is grants Fugetsu, combo action Fuga. Oh, I see. Fuga, yeah, okay. But you already do that. Grants Fugetsu. Yeah, you already do that if I do that. It's just if I do. Okay, yeah. Descriptive. There are jobs with more buttons. And? Just because there are jobs with more buttons does not mean that it's not a lot of buttons. It's all relative. Okay. Since we're able to do the Sands of Debt, let's go do the Sands of Debt. Was it needed for something? Was taking my roommate's dog out. Well, we just did it. It was a trial, real quick. Not that I would have wanted, but I could have went in this time. Yeah, no worries, Kathra. Agraha has been sacrificed.
Agraha has been sacrificed to the gods.
No, it's good. I'm sure we made someone else's day easier by having a couple open slots and getting them an insta-queue. I'm actually getting big enough. Yeah, Kathra! Bit by bit. Bit by bit. You killed me by saving me. Yes, Ray, I am sorry. That was on me. Tim Curry has been in a lot of shows. Yes, he has. And he's done Tim Curry's in a lot. Ooh, well, actually. Ooh,
Why, you're Elioforge Ram, the most famous adventurer. Thank the gods for bringing you here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Pio Reo, one of the many faceless adventurers struggling to make their way in Eorzea. Forgive me if I sound bitter. I don't begrudge you your renown. Your superiority as an adventurer was obvious to me long before you became a household name. Our paths crossed near Sastasha, you see. Hard to believe. Oh, actually, I wonder what a voice I did for him in the past. Hard to believe we move in similar circles back then. Speaking of which, do you perchance remember having met a conjurer named Ada around this time? Oh, did I accidentally pick the wrong quest? Oh, I think I picked the wrong quest. We used to adventure together, she and I, and two others. Oh, no, actually, this is the right quest I remember. Our little group didn't last very long, though. Things fell to pieces when Avere, our leader of Ada's fiancé, met his end in Tamterra Deepcroft. Harsh words were exchanged, and we all went our separate ways. Since then, I've been getting by on my own. Truth be told, I hadn't planned on seeing any of my former comrades again, but then this letter arrived from Ada containing an invitation to her wedding. Yeah, this is the wrong quest, but that's fine. Unlocking more quests. Now I know what you're thinking. I should be happy for her, and I was until I noticed the name of her groom-to-be. It was none other than Avere. What's more, the venue for the ceremony is to be the Tamterra Deepcroft, the very place the poor fellow died. Something isn't right, I tell you. Now, in the letter, Ada wrote to the Livini, that's the fourth member of our group, had already agreed to attend. They chanced to meet each other recently, from what I could gather. Not knowing what to make of it all, I thought it wise to consult Livian about the whole strange affair before replying. But last I heard, she joined the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and I didn't have the first idea how to go about tracking her down. Not until the greatest scion of them all appeared, that is. Could you tell me where we might find her? She died at the attack on, Yeah, she's dead. In the lich yard of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. I'm sorry, I don't slain in an Imperial raid, you say? By the 12s, I had no idea. When did this happen? While the Black Wolf still lived? Then how can it be that Livian met Ada recently? Gods, I don't know what to believe. If it isn't too much to ask, I would be most grateful if you should show me Livian's grave. We didn't always see eye to eye, but she had a good heart, and if she's truly... well, I need to pay my respects. Please meet me at the lich yard.
I remember Pio Reo. Yeah. Yeah. You can remember I'm outside of Sastasha. He also gave Avere some shit. And I'm pretty sure he had a high-pitched voice when I voiced him before, which means he definitely did some chain smoking in between. I'm glad how much this followed up with between the initial meeting with them and AR, POTD, and this dungeon quest too. Yeah. And the order of operations is the ARR, Tamtera, well, Sastasha, then Tamtera, then, and actually I think there's one more thing too, but Tamtera, then this quest, then POTD. POTD is the final part of that story.
Ah, Elio, 'tis good to see you again and stronger for your tireless training. Now then, with the sandblasted walls of the city, we have identified an evil that wants for excising, an unscrupulous moneylender who preys upon the poor.
This I learned by a certain businessman with coin. Apparently the crook in question has been doing his rounds as Stone's Throw. He charges exorbitant rates on the meagerest sums, and those unable to return in its full are forced into slavery.
This is no man, but a leech that feeds off the least fortunate among us. Such evil cannot be suffered. Let us head to the shantytown, storms blow, and speak with the denizens.
I love that they just don't even address him saying the names wrong. Or he went through puberty. Yep, there. Yeah, you know what? It's been a while, Des. That's it. I think I like it. He probably has a cold. Just in the middle of like voicing him, like have him go like, sorry about that. Oh my god, I don't know why I did Gabi instead of, I meant to do Lalafell, but I'm sorry about that. But I went into like Gabi. Oh, I don't have the Nimbus. Oh right, that the Nimbus was a character only. What's a good mount for the? I don't really have a good mount for Sam. Gaboo! Okay, well now we need that with a Gabi.
Gaboo. What, if Gabi talks like this and just like Gabi, like keep showing Gabi, and then all of a sudden Gabi coughs?
I'm sorry, good old chap. That's, you know, that's what we could do for the Gabi that speaks perfect English. The moneylender bastard, he's a swindler is what he is. Pretends you're best friend and act like he cares. But when you're caught up, when you can't cough up coin, he shows his true colors. He's just gotten very grizzled on his own. I doubt many adventurer parties undergo the same thing that happened to Ada. Usually most don't go mad. And most don't go mad, but death is common.
I surely can't tell you about the moneylender. Was played for a fool myself, and I only got only myself to blame. Fool me once, shame on me. That's just how it works here.
I was stupid enough to get a loan, and now I'm working it off till God knows when, and I'm one of the luckier ones. My heart goes out to the last yonder who was about to be sold on account of the medicine she bought her sick father. A Gabi talking normally only to clear their throat and start talking Gabi sounds absolutely hysterical though. Yes. Hello, my good dear. One moment.
Yes, Gabi was wondering how you were feeling, particularly this day.
Like Hildebrand, NPC if Hildy was voiced, yeah.
It seems I was too kind earlier. This man is no leech. He is a stain that night soil leaves behind. Let us seek out the downtrodden damsel who sought only to do right by her father. I shall find Momozigo and join you presently.
If you enjoy this stream and aren't already a member of Discord, why not come join us at https://discord.gg/Eorzean archives. I did forget the colon.
You heard right. Dad needed medicine badly, so we borrowed a handful of coins. But before we knew it, a handful became a chestful, and now I'm having to work to pay it back. But the interest's grown faster than I can work, and moneylender's threatening to sell me off on a client. When that happens, no one will be left to look after Da. I just don't know how to do... I don't know what to do no more.
Her own happiness is on the line, but she still worries for her father. Oh, the moneylender hasn't come into him.
Mr. Phil, don't sell me now. Please, I'll work harder. I swear. Just don't take me away. My dad, he needs looking after.
Is that supposed to move me? If anything, you should be thankful I'm offering you a chance to earn money without any effort.
You need only lie on your back.
Now come quietly.
Hold it right there, villain. If you try to take this girl away, you'll have to answer to these samurai here.
I know not who you are, but this is a legitimate business transaction, and certainly none of your concern. However, if you insist on threatening my person, I'll not hesitate to summon the brass blades. Pray forgive us our indiscretion, my lord. As you say, it is none of our concern. Elio, put up your katana.
This man seriously makes me feel sick. As he should.
What are you doing, Musosai? Or should I say, not doing? I thought the idea was to punish evil.
Now was not the time to draw steel. Doing so would have only worsened the situation. We must be patient and await the right moment. Besides, I suspect there is more to the operation than Philip alone. If we give him a line, he will surely lead us to his accomplices. Come, let us follow him.
Patience is a part of being a samurai, but don't tell that to samurai mains, cause they can't wait for shit. They can't deal with the idea of any amount of downtime. If you get them anywhere away from the boss, they'll still run and get hit by the mechanic. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Excuse you. That is me being proven correct. Thank you, Dest. Ooh, I like Musosai. Yes, Musosai is great. He's a fantastic character.
It appears our man is meeting someone. Ah, but speak of the devil. Kuma no Kuma.
Even with rags this plain, she's a beauty, yes? I trust she will serve to stay in your good graces.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, you outdone yourself this time. Yes, she will serve very well indeed. You may continue to conduct your business freely.
Like, I feel like people really miss out on how much sexual violence is a topic in Final Fantasy XIV. She's being used to bribe a brass blade? And a commanding officer is that? Ugh, damn that scoundrel!
Now that we know why this villain was able to operate in plain sight, unmolested by the law, Elio, the time has come to draw steel.
Of course it's the brass blades. I mean, Ulda's story, though, is always about, you know, a war for its heart, of those who are good and those who are ill. So it's not, like, brass blades are a fascinating faction. That. Samurai do big numbers, damage go per. And that's why you can't stand to wait to do damage. Oh, I have Ray, I have Kenki. Oh, right, I'm not using my one. I was like, why is it not working? It's because I forgot to change up my bar.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You did well, but remember, a katana is not to be drawn blindly. Within its sheath, you must let it rest, steeping in power, until the time is ripe to strike. Such is the way of the samurai.
Fufalupa!
What have you done, Momozigo?
Musosai, wait, he's my friend and he's here to help.
He is not the enemy.
Oh, no, not at all, good sir. Long story short, we've been trying to find decisive evidence linking the moneylenders, Philip, to one of our officers. And thanks to your timely intervention, we've done just that. His involvement in this racket is a stain upon our honor, which is adamantly far from squeaky clean. But know that there are many heroes, honest brass blades, still good men and women who strive to serve the public trust.
If you hadn't appeared, God knows what might have happened. I don't know how to thank you.
Think nothing of it. The work is his own reward. Now hurry back to your da and put his mind at ease.
Gotta love Fufulupa. Fufulupa's like encapsulates the point, you know, perfectly, literally here. But it's like, no, the brass blades are not just all corrupt.
Pray allow us to thank you also. With your help, we succeeded in catching slippery cooks who had long eluded us. Rest assured, we shall see to the rest. By your leave.
For a moment, I thought you had given us up to the enemy. Next time I would thank you to share your plans.
Have faith. Have a little faith, will you? Thanks to my spontaneity, we managed to wrap this up in a neat little package. Fufulupa, he and I go long way back. Fellows as honest as they come.
I do not doubt it. Now then, on our work here is done. When fewer evils afflict the realm, let us move on to where the wind should blow.
I'll admit, I'm more of a fan of the Samurai Quest this time around. It's very, like, quick, and it's good stuff.
And the wind blows, twould seem the sea. Momozigo, pray, take the lead.
Right this way, friends. We're going to Limsa Laminsa.
Fufulupa features in the Ul'dah opening story. Yep, if you started the game in Ul'dah, he will be familiar. Yeah, that's where you get a lot with the brass blades and Fufulupa's story is basically an introduction to the brass blades and also the juxtaposition of those who are good versus those who are bad, and him coming into his own. It's a good story. I guess we don't, if I turn that in, I won't be able to go to the next one. So instead, what I'm going to do is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Pugilist, and I'm going to go pick up, that way I'll have at least the Monk Stone, so I can start doing Monk leveling. I mean, technically I could just keep doing Pugilist, but I'll be able to do Monk leveling, while English words, they're hard. Off stream, because I don't let myself do any of the quests or anything off stream, but I will let myself like do leveling roulettes and stuff. Besides, we're gonna have to get Monk done before 4.0 or 4.0. Yeah. My bed is calling me. Night, Tracy! Insert ad for Final Fantasy XIV archived. Ul'dah, 1 to 115. Yes, Ray's next video. That is a archived version of Final Fantasy or of the Ul'dah story. Is going to be coming out very, very soon. Probably, hopefully tomorrow if I can get the thumbnail done.
Tell me, how do you know Professor Eric? He's a scholar of Eorzean military history, whose genius is second to none, and he's among our most valued clients. Some find him to be verbose, tedious, haughty, but never mind all that. The man spends more gil on his moon's research than most people see in a lifetime, hence our amicable relations. His latest works have him visiting the sites of ancient battlefields. He insists on surveying lands plagued by savage beasts. According to him, the beasts keep man away, and less intrusion by man means greater preservation. Whatever his reasons, should the professor meet an untimely fate, will be unable to collect the gil he has borrowed, much less the interest. Oh, and it would be a terrible loss for the academic community and so on and so forth. Yes. The point is, the man must needs be guarded. To that end, I sent a monk of Alamigo to see his safety, but it turns out the bloody oaf has no work ethic about him. Just like an Alamigan. Oh, that's some racism. Well, I guess it's an Alamigan wouldn't be like racist. The professor cannot focus on his work if he feels endangered, and so has demanded we assign him a new bodyguard. That's why I'm so glad to see you, Elio. The professor is awaiting his new escort as we speak, and I'd like for it to be you. You are yet a mere pugilist. Perhaps this task would provide some insight into what it is the monkhood does around here. Make for the Goldsmiths Guild, and there seek out our good Professor Eric. The professor claims he'll pay his debts and the fees for his protection once his research is complete. See to our investment and it doesn't end up under the paw or the maw of some nasty beast. I'm half tempted to make another character just to play through it in Gridania since my Alra started in Limsa here in Ul'dah. Do it! Well, don't do it, Silver, if you haven't caught up in story yet. First, finish the story. If you have finished the story, do it. Do it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah! Ray doing that Gridania video. And then you're gonna do... And then, ooh, how are we gonna split up, what's your plan? Hey, Jalali! How's your plan for splitting up A Realm Reborn? Like, how many parts are you gonna do it in? Is it gonna be level increments, like every 10 levels or so? Or is it just gonna be like narrative arcs that make sense? Oh, duh, I can just teleport to the cold spring. Fufalupa is also in the 2.x MSQ, either 2.1 or 2.2, while investigating the crystal thefts around Horizon. That's true, I totally forgot about that, yeah. Thanks, Sarah. If I go the way you were saying, I'll just do the whole of AR in one video. Oh my god, that's gonna be like 17 hours. Which, hey, if you're up for it. Honestly, I'm confused why they didn't just put Eric next to the pugilists. Well, whatever. Also, Eric, you're a dick. I understand why you're a dick, but you're a dick. But also, you have a lot of good lore, so. Ah, my punch-prone manservant, I presume. You may and shall call me Eric. You are to guard my life, even at the cost of your own, and aid in my revolutionary research whenever and however asked. Know that my primary endeavor is to reconstruct the military histories of old, through the ethereal analysis of ancient battlegrounds. I assume the words conjure in your simple mind romantic images of vast plains and open valleys, with armies charging blindly into one another. False! I seek to know where the armies of old were deployed, where they made camp and marched. No doubt you think such lands to be those sung of in the songs of bards. False! They are here, beneath our very feet, and to find them and determine them precisely how events unfolded upon them is my purpose. No doubt you've jumped at the chance to aid in my work, of course. Tell me, which of my treaties have you read? All of them? None? God, I know you adventurers had a reputation for being unlettered. I didn't know you actually made efforts to remain so. It matters not. I require only that you work with diligence. Unlike that Wittergeld buffoon, the man proves to be a sloth itself. Alas, he is a monk of Alamigo, I suppose. The fool was too busy opening his chakra, or whatever it is those barbarians do all day. I admit, he seemed keenly interested in my research, but now he's gone off to 12's nowhere and has yet to return. Do you understand the sheer magnitude of the inconvenience? Good. You show that much promise, at least. But let us speak more of my work. Our first destination is the Sildi excavation site in central Thanalin. I believe events of great import to the history of Sildi transpired there. Yes, they did. Surely you have ears. If you have ears, you've heard of Sildi. Yes, I have. Or are you deaf as well? Or deaf as well as dull? Very well. I see you require some instruction. It would be remiss of me as an academic to allow you to wallow in such ignorance. Is this how I come up to everybody else? Sildi was plunged into chaos in the wake of King Lalawefu's demise, or the King of Springs as he was known. Despite the success of economic reforms, Babel— No! Don't cut this out! Give me the lore! Why is it the one time that they start to deep dive lore, they cut out of it as if no one cares? I realize it's because no one cares but me, but please don't do this! Ah! Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Fomented unrest amongst the people, and you see, blah, 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 resulting in the violent outbreaks throughout the kingdom. Sildi was Sultan at the time, distant descendants, and so ironies of ironies, hadn't been for that horse. Fascinating, is it not? It is enough to convince one things could not have happened any other way, no? False! One among my colleagues disagreed with his interpretation of events. He claimed to have evidence suggesting otherwise, but all trace of it disappeared before it was published. Mine own research shall unearth any such evidence, should it truly exist. I shall know the truth. Granted, you are not the brightest coal in the brazier, but surely such a prospect entices you, even you. And so we make for the Sildine excavation site in central Thanalin. Travel the way before me to see that it is safe, and once there, set up this aetherometer. And should you ever care to know more of the Eorzean military histories, do come see me. It is a personal crusade of mine to guide the dwellers of this realm towards some modicum of enlightenment. Snow Dragon! Good to see you, glad to have you! Give me a second to see if I have it here. Thank you so much for, helping to finance this, by the way. We got the camera. I haven't had a chance to fully set it up for the stream because the problem is I would have to set up a bunch of new software. I need to get a dummy battery and like get it working, but we do have the new camera and it will be put to use both for the streams as well as for things like FanFest. So I'm very thankful that we have that hardware on hand and I don't need to worry about getting a new one or anything like that. You hate him, but damn, you voice him well. Do I? Good. I'm glad, Artemis. Since this is YouTube, we are contractually obligated to say like, share, subscribe, comment, and join. I smack Eric whenever he crosses my path. Elio, unlettered. Yeah, it's a bit funny with the context of this character. This is how Richard Dawkins comes off to everybody else. I feel like this needs the Peanuts voice. Loving this improvised Peanuts teacher scatting. You got what you wanted. You're welcome. Poor Elio, the game emphasizing Eric's rambling is torture. It really is. I remember the first time I saw that and died. I was like, why are you doing this to me? The game dangling lore thread's just out of reach. Yep. I'm gonna give Eric a swirly and steal his lunch. Awesome. Yeah. So thank you very much for helping fund that. I appreciate it. And to everybody else who helped as well. I still, to this day, I have no expectations for topping, what was it, like $400 for any kind of like stream chat thing. So that's not likely to happen anytime. And also, our current goals lately are meant to be smaller and more like surmountable. So like for instance, right now we've got the minion goal. So once we get to $50, we'll be able to do the minion raffle for everyone, and that will be, I think, 10 minions. Should be about 10 minions. I mean, it depends on tax, but I'll afford tax. It'll be about. Yeah. Although, I guess I did have someone else recently spend a decent chunk of money on me for something you guys will bear witness to eventually in a couple months.
Do a super chat, make Elio say weird shit in a silly voice because it makes Deadpool happy. Speaking of. Deadpool!
Hey, go boy. You want one? You're a very good boy. Do you want the next one? No, wait. Hey. Gentle. Good job. You want down? You want down? Yeah? Okay. You're very good, bud. Wait, no, someone already did that, I think. Is it Elio in a maid outfit? Well, no, we already had Elio in a maid outfit, though I guess me in a maid outfit we haven't done yet. But no, a maid outfit would not take months to make. The curl's tail swirl is hypnotic. Is it? Well, I'll make sure to use the curl often. Well, I use it whenever I do monk, so you're gonna get to see a lot of that for the next little bit. Bruv. Oh, sorry guys, it's disbanding. But I never did get good at doing the Mancunian accent. I practiced, I tried. done. Now we need only wait for the thermometer to gauge the... The air fiends about, Elio. They often are drawn to the lingering sense of blood and death. Well, this is what you're here for. Have at it. Hey, bud. I can't give you pets. I gotta play video games. I know. Life is complicated. Beat the bloody hells out of the bastard things! There are measurements to be taken! Yes, yes, that's it! The data's flowing! Why are you rubbing your face? I can't. I can't. Rabisu! Ah, here comes the true foe. Most fascinating. This data will prove invaluable. Now part of me wants to just give Wittergeld a Johnny Bravo voice. He's got the jaw. Kame. Dynamic entry! It opens. The lights of the eye. Wittergeld, so good of you to drag yourself all this way. You purblind sluggard. Nah, Elio, you have far exceeded what admittedly low expectations I had of you. I suppose introductions are in order. Far be it from me to deny the realm's unbred the comforts of one another's company. Wittergeld, Elio, Wittergeld, the monk. This monk I spoke of sent to me by Gaguruna. Yeah, it is literally the mind. I tried to make a pupil of Wittergeld as well, but he has little mind for history. His primitive beliefs in the witchcraft and chakras of the spiritual energies have a tenacious hold on him. Oh, truly, this is the area where there have been the sightings of walking dead. I'd have heard the tales. Some claim they've seen an apparition wearing the garb of an ancient commander. Careful there. There are still dangers about. His work is dear to him. This is good. He thirsts for knowledge, for truth. Discovery awakens him. You too have awoken, friend. Can you not feel it? Do not be frightened. Here was a battle long ago. Much energy remains. It has found you. It flows through you. Your chakra has been opened, and this was the light that shone upon you. It is as Eric said, Wittergeld is my name, and I am brother of the monkhood. My order is the Fist of Ralgar. Our way is to train the body and the mind. The fist is our weapon. With it, we put down our enemies. The energy within us moves the fist. The chakra is the seat of that energy. This is a sacred place. It can be opened, and the life force within controlled. Chakra exists in all that lives, in all beings, yet not all beings can open them. Much training is needed, and great discipline. With these, the life force can be commanded. There are those who require no training. The inner strength is such that it forces the chakra open. I have heard of this happening, but never have I seen it until now. I see in you great conviction.
You mean to walk the monk's path, and so I will give you this crystal, a soul crystal, the mark of my order. I don't think so. None but a monk may hold it, and only then with the order's leave. But your chakra has awakened, that is clear, and so you are worthy. Maybe it does. Many bore that crystals before you. It remembers them, their breath and their movement. They will only one day be yours, but your chakra must open further. Only then can the crystal's memory enter you. This is no more than the beginning. Now you must train. Learn to control the life force within you. With time, you will master it. We stand on the ancient battleground. A great war was waged here. The spirit of the fight lingers. The aether reaches for the chakra. It aids in their opening. That is why we monks seek such lands. Eric seeks these lands for reasons of his own. The fate favors you and his in this. Follow him. Your chakra will grow evermore. Professor Eric is leaving. Fear not. I will see to his safety. Please, brother, the aetherometer. Gather it and bring it to the goldsmith's guild. That's why we need to get the goldsmith's guild. Specific variants of the character that also talks like this. Oh, cool, Artemis. But yeah, Silver Kogaku, I don't think so. I don't know why it would. Oh, I guess I see if you were born under Ralger. It could. It may, and I may be wrong. Easiest way to check that would probably be Garland tools. Actually, this should be right. Well, no, okay, no. Okay, Deathberry, see ya. Have a good one. We may be ending a little earlier than usual today because I have some errands I have to go run, but I'm hoping to at least go till 6. Out of curiosity, and this is probably obvious, who did you choose as Elio's patron? I believe Halone. Or did I choose Thaliak? It depends. I probably chose Thaliak because that would be most accurate. Thaliak, yeah. I chose Halone for my main. That's why I would have thought it might have been Halone, but yeah, it would have always been Halone or Thaliak. Thaliak for the scholarly aspect, Halone for the Eorzean and just like the Eorzean and battle aspect. I don't know why I just walked all the way down there. Does anyone have a lore topic they want to talk about? I feel like it's been a long time since we've actually discussed a lore topic. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. It doesn't have to be something we usually touch on. It doesn't have to be anything related to especially if anyone has anything that they, for RP or for fan fiction or something. I actually really like helping out with that stuff. Well, look who has decided to grace us with his presence. Did you enjoy the saunter back? I was just about to begin my analysis, so if your matters you wish to speak on, I'd ask that you save it for... You brought the Aetherometer. Excellent. I had a feeling you might not be entirely useless. Now let us see what discoveries await. Wiggild passed along a soul crystal to you. Moved to join the monkhood by the boneheaded clod, were you? Well, I suppose it is for the best that my pupils get along. But I do believe I will see to it you are to send to separate locations for the next round of measurements, and I dare say the land to which I intend to send you is fraught with dangers. You had best tread the monk's path quickly if you mean to defend yourself. And me besides. Still, good to see you, glad to have you. Oh god, I have so many questions related to Thick, I'm writing and now I remember none of them. That's fine, if you think of any. Just know that I do like answering. Oh, something a friend and I were confused about, the nature of souls and the clones on the Crystal Tower. So the beings in the, okay. So, if you're talking about Une and Dolga, they have a section of, part of the souls of the original selves, put their souls into the clones, so they do have they have a part, basically, of the souls of their original people. The clones you see, the evil clones, basically, don't have souls within them.
Glad to be here as always. Good. Do you enjoy the words in the written format? There's more lore at https://eorzeanarchives.com/ because that's also where Neri does their writing. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the tea tree because we're out of levels to be able to do stuff. So we're gonna have to level either Monk or Sam. Probably do Monk because I can AFK that really easy right now. If anyone wants to come join me to do do a dungeon or two, so we can level Monk real quick. So I don't know when I'm doing that. When I try talking to you guys and like doing something like absent-mindedly, I do some weird stuff. And with regards to him, can you even talk about that yet? Let me just, if you're talking about Endwalker, are you talking about Endwalker? And I can talk around it. Are you talking about Endwalker, or are you talking about man that arrives at end of Stormblood and is main part of Shadowbringers? Okay. Who am I taking into dungeons? Stand with me if you want to go into... I need a DPS, a healer, and a tank. Yes, Endwalker spoilers? Yes. The thing is that clones can function on themselves. Okay. Okay, Arjri didn't get to go last time. B didn't get to go last time. So I definitely want those two. And then Eeny, Meeny, Graha, Mo, Pika, Graha by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Then hug him again because you really want him in your life. Sorry, Issa. Graha Tua, can I get you on a DPS? Defeated. Perfect, thank you. Fucking sweeping him up. My friend and I were wondering if you looked at him, would you see a soul with like soul sight? Well, there's not really soul sights. You can see aether. Soul is just aether. So are you talking about the Crystal Tower individual or Rip Graha? Oh well, now I will have all this free time, whatever to do with it. Oh, Elio, read your DMs. Message for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, perfect. Right. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, that's the person in charge of who's giving me a ride. Cal's giving me a ride to my meeting that I need. Yes, so to answer your question, had someone been like very specifically paying attention and aware of the further complications that might have been around with that, yeah, someone may have figured that out. However, there was no one equipped to figure that out who had the time to figure that, to pay attention and see that there. And on top of that, even if you had Y'shtola, we gotta go. Do you still need to pick up the key? Yeah, I'm sure you still need to pick up.
Double flight in danger! I've landed the key! Open up headgate!
The thing is, like, even if you had Y'shtola, right? You have to be paying attention to notice, like, the ways in which people's aether is funky. And souls are just a part of people's selves, and like, a core. So, probably someone could have known, but no one was in a position to know. I hope that helps. Give Hydaelyn to Gary Flock, save from phase boats. Exactly 10 minutes, exactly. I like that dungeon too, it happens outside. Right, Catherine, because you were telling me about how you don't like the ones that happen inside, right? Let me know if that explains all the nuances are part of this, or if there's something missing to... Well, that was fun implications for my friend. Well, there you go. To be fair, even if, like, the thing is that even if someone had figured that out, it wouldn't have necessarily changed anything because it would have just been odd, and everything about the Crystal Tower is already odd, and Amon was a wild thing, and everybody was already dealing with clones, and like everything was wild at that time, so Crystal Tower being weird wouldn't have been a red flag. Like, who knows what Amon did to him to experiment on himself? My question is, and I'm curious what people's opinions are, do you think Amon was an Eorzean? Because if you look at his ears, they're like Eorzean ears. They could be a byproduct of like experimentation because, you know, I mean, like, he's huge and weird and stuff. But he obviously wears the mask, right? Like, he has the like skull mask on. Yes, I think he's an Eorzean. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it geographically, right? Like, they existed in Eorzea, and the, you know, the Allegan Empire was founded in Eorzea. I always thought Amon was a Hyur. We don't know. I mean, we don't know for sure, but he could be. We know that that the Empire was made up of Hyur, and maybe even primarily Hyur. Most of the Allegans that we see are Hyur. However, we know that the Allegans had to some extent were multicultural, and that the Eorzean existed in Eorzea, the first race to be there. And since the Allegan Empire was founded there, they like must have been part and parcel to it somehow. I always thought, yeah, but then again, I barely know where and when each races are. Yeah, so they all have been there since the beginning of history. All races that we play as exist. The playable races have existed on Hydaelyn since the beginning of Hydaelyn, effectively. As we think about it. I know Duskwights didn't exist until Gilmora. Yes, that is true. At least I don't think so. No, yeah, Duskwights exist. Well, and interestingly, Duskwights in a sense don't even exist during Gilmora. They more exist after Gilmora. They're the Duskwights that stay in Gilmora rather than going to Redon. I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of my skill bars. I guess I just like never fixed any of my skill bars because I wasn't playing them.
More fastness! More fastness!
He has very gray skin. Well, you don't see his skin. Like, I'll pull up the model in a second and we can look at it real quick and I'll show you what I mean. You never actually see his skin. What he's wearing is a mask. And before, just a Lalafell. Yeah, he's just a Lalafell, but he actually mutated himself. Yep.
Run, Dobby, run!
He also seems to have red streaked blonde hair. I don't think you see his hair, but maybe not. Lala on stilts. That would explain some of the evil actions he takes place in. Don't you? I thought you saw the tips of his ears. Assuming that the ears are armored, that's a good point. We'll look at them. I was assuming that the cowl he had on was covering the ears as well, but we'll see. We'll check it out. I mean, it would make sense. So you could wonder too if like maybe the flesh is gray though because it's like necrotic or something because of all the stuff he did to himself. I remember back when you used to get XP from mobs when you ran dungeons instead of just for bosses. I used to like when I went into level like my lower jobs, I would just run while doing like squadrons and stuff, and then like watch TV shows while I did it. Yeah, they don't look armored to me. They look like Duskwhite Gray. Interesting. We'll pull up the model in a second. I actually, off the top of my head, I don't remember that aspect to it, so I'm excited to look at it again. Also, I do not play like this when I'm not on stream. I'm focused on multiple things, so I'm not playing well. One of these days, I just gotta like stream me like playing Savage content to show like, no, I can play this game, I swear. Could it just be streamers from his mask or hat though? Because I don't remember it off the top of my head what it looks like. I can only like, you know, I'll only be able to give an informed opinion once we get to it. But could it be? Could be. It's a very interesting design, especially when you think about like the Amon he's inspired, you know, the Hien Amon he's inspired from in prior Final Fantasies and like how, you know, the skull aspect. Oh good, my poor monk Harker was breaking. Yeah, Salil, don't look at how I'm playing monk. One, my bar's not set up, so like none of my keybinds are correct. And then on top of that, I'm just like absent-mindedly getting through some of this. So that's what it is. I also do not play DPS very often on top of that. That's another thing. Most of my DP classes that I did play, I also played at a point where like they were completely different than they are now. My Sam Hart was cringing earlier. Stop looking at me, don't look at the buttons! I'm trying to talk to you guys, what do you want from me? I'm pressing 1, 2, 3. Hit AoEs on single target Keck. Yeah. What do you want? What do you want from me? But at least I'm constantly pressing something. I just play Optimi while being entertaining. Just be so your response is, what do I want? We want you to just be perfect. God damn it, why don't you just be perfect? Foolish fool. Rin, good to see you, glad to have you. You might be right, we might not see his skin at all. Ooh, interesting. How long does member last? I swear it feels like I've been longer than a month. Rin, I'm pretty sure that's because someone, other people, like Willow bought a bunch of members and ships and you got one. So why not use those emotes? Much like Shalali. Shalali, hit it. And 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. Double boom, double boom, double boom! You doing that reminds me of yesterday when someone did the 7 grahas in a row in the alley. Oh man, that was really funny. God, this teaches basics so much better to beginners than this does. Awesome. Oh man. Did I make it to? Oh, actually, I could potentially use gear. It's good gear. Nope. All these are useless. I made it to 35 just off that. Nice job, guys. I think Dragon needs to be Mucinex. Yeah, and a box of Kleenex. Just name the Kleenex, the Gabi, or Kleenox. Do we know the name? No. Interesting. Oh. Looks like the tree's becoming more popular. Nice. There was something I needed to do after that. Oh, right. FC buffs. For some reason we didn't have actions on. Oh, right. It's because Tethys is sick, and so Tethys usually is the #1 person to have those get those up. Okay, that. What was, did we get? Sam was at 51, I believe. No, Sam's at 50. No, 52. But we need, I think, potentially 54 to get up to the next one. Let me check that real quick. Sam request is 50, 52, 54, right? Yeah, 50, 52, 54. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm probably going to say let's call it here because I have a store that I have to get to that closes at 7. And that gives me like about 90 minutes. Not even. So, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up here. Thanks everyone for coming. Sorry for the short day and sorry that it was, I know we were on board to have 3.3 headed doing, but I realized that we need to just get Sam and Monk and stuff started because otherwise we're not going to have those ready for 4.0. We're a little bit behind on that. But luckily we have Dark Knight done, so Shadowbringers is all ready to go other than like finishing up its story to that point, which will be easy enough to do. And then we'll need to start, maybe we'll start picking up, if we have like Monk and Sam done in terms of their story, but throughout Stormblood, then maybe what we'll do is we'll start up on Gladiator and Paladin earlier. Yeah, I'd already used Cathra on my first character, so I called the one I have now Angelia, and I was going to put an H on the end of her name and mistyped it, hit a G, and I wish I could change it. Oh, sorry, Cathra, that sucks. I got writing to do, early end work for me. Actually, you know what? There's one, we gotta check something. Just 1 second. There is one thing that we gotta do. Don't mind me for a second. Because we still need to do that. Check that the Amon model. Give me a second. Okay. And can you do a name change with money? I didn't realize that. Yeah, so like if you see like that white, well, it looks like it does stick out of the mask, but I don't know. It also definitely looks like it's part of the helmet to me. But like the fact that it has ears like that to me makes me think he's an Eorzean. You know, and honestly, like, even though he's obviously manipulated, you look at those, like, proportions, and that's very, like, Eorzean-y proportions, just like he's lanky. And then, yeah, that stuff that flows out, that could be hair. That definitely could be hair. Yeah, especially because it's, like, under the cap. I think that's definitely a fair guess. Oh yeah, Cathra, apparently there's a name change service. Yeah, his hands are gloved, so that doesn't tell us much. You know, all of his armor and stuff is gloved. I just don't have the spare cash to erase a letter G. Oh, Cathra mood. Well, maybe Cathra, if you win the raffle instead of a minion, maybe we'll get that for you or something. Yeah, so, yeah. That's the thing, like it comes out of the back of his head, right? Like the back of this like part, and so maybe he's wearing like a thing underneath this, but it's also the same color and texture as like the mask is, so it's weird. But yeah, I definitely think he's an Eorzean, because why like have that, right? Why have that aspect to it? The G is silent. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead then and... Oh, still disappeared. Give me a second. Let me get my video back up. There we go. Okay. So, let me... So thank you all for watching. Monday and Tuesday always are the MSQ streams. We're gonna finish out 3.3 next Monday, and then 3.4, which means the week after that we'll do 3.5, which will actually make sense because it'll be a long one, and then we'll be going into Stormblood. Wednesday, new video. Tomorrow we're gonna be having a reading of one of the Tales we're gonna be coming out, and then should have some other fun stuff coming up after that. Just need a week off because I had some life stuff that I need to focus on. Week off. Thank you. The majority, honestly, of the footage, the photos you're gonna see from that are thanks to Ray. So Ray's freaking awesome. As are Tethys. So thank you very much, and as are Jubilant, and as are Issa, and as are Namiri. But speaking of which, also Ray is basically Ray has been helping me out with production stuff a lot lately, and you'll probably see a lot more of like Ray around on like some of the banners and stuff thanks to that. Thursday is me and Neri finishing up. We're gonna finish up FF1, and then we're gonna head on to FF2. Friday is Lore Book Club. Saturday is MSQ, or is not MSQ. Oh my god, is a community stream. No one said that they needed to do anything. So if there's anything you need to do, go ahead and forward me that, or message me that, whatever, or message at us in the Discord so that we can plan whatever we're gonna do to help people level or what have you. Yeah, and Sunday in theory I have off. So this has been lovely. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. If I could get some gobby booms in the chat to send me on my way and get out of my seat and go get the stuff that I need, I could use some energy because I still have a long day in front of me. Double berms! Thank you, guys. I appreciate you humoring me on that one. Okay. Graha Piedes. I mean, like, if you guys want to get, like, a Graha static together, we can make that. We'll consider it. Led by, clearly, yeah. Bean wiring up Elio's chair with explosives. In fucking deed. Okay. With that, then. I'll let you guys plan out, only the fun... Wait. There are fun kinds of explosives? We'll figure it out later. I will see you guys very soon. See you over on the Discords. Oh, if you haven't checked out the Discords, check out the Discords. If you haven't checked out our website, you should definitely check it out, where there's written lore days on archons.com. If you'd like to support us and make this whole thing a lot more sustainable, it goes a long way if you could go join us over on the Patreon. You can also get your name up in the banner above, as well as a lot of other fun rewards, like little name colors that are added to the appended to your name over on the Discords. But yes, no, I would love to see you there. With all that said, thanks everybody. Bye.